Perfect. All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome to this week's Brick Talk. I am Randy.
And then I.
Amen.
We're still getting used to, we're still getting used to that. And this is this week's Brick Talk. Sorry, guys. If you're just joining us or you're watching this in the future, hi from the past. We had a hiccup starting, but we didn't want it to be too long, so we started here and filling the time by giving you the usual disclaimer that this is Brick Talk. Yes, you're in the right place. You're in the wrong place if you expect any financial advice, however, because nothing that's said on the show by us or guests or anything at all that comes to your mind while you're listening to this, whether you're in the past or the future, wherever, should be taken as financial advice. None of us are financial advisors except for Daniel, who is a licensed financial advisor, but while he's on the show, he's not doing financial advice. And with that said, I think we should all be clear on that. But with that said, welcome to this week's Big Talk, which we've titled Nature of Opportunity. And I'm going to shut up and allow you to hear for a moment from Daniel and Shay, who, as usual, is still getting into it.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, I was looking at our graphic this week, and I really like. I didn't properly look at it. And at first, I just saw your graphic. It was random my nature, and I left it there. I was really just looking at it, the line in between, the ways where I think it really fits in what topic is about, you know. Like you get an opportunity, you go to the market, in our case, we speak about mostly in terms of investment. Here is the market. So you log on, you see 100 odd stocks, and some look good, some don't look good, but and that everything on the truck, right? Everything on the same truck. But you can't really make a decision on, all right, which one is something that will work out for me just on looking at it. Something might look like we often hear about the fundamentals. I think what came to me for the topic this week, I've been a big part of it. Many things actually brought me to this topic this week. But one of them was I saw a tweet from somebody saying how not some of the worst investments they made last year, I believe, was based on again things that didn't have good fundamentals. And to me, that's the usual. It's something that looks great when you look at the company. You open the company and we're getting feedback apparently. Terrible echo.
Sorry. Is it just now?
No, it seems like from the start. It's an overbearing echo. What does it sound like on YouTube? Where does that come from? Oh wait, do them.
Yeah, hold on. Hold on 1 second for me.
Did you change anything after I made the change?
Say that again?
Did you change anything after I made the change?
I don't know. I constantly doing things on my end, so I'm not sure if that may have been it. But if somebody on YouTube can tell us,
It
they
says
say it's
okay now.
okay. No, yes, I think it's
Okay now.
something on my end. Yeah, man.
All
Perfect.
right.
Apologies for that. And then I just, since I know it forced a reset there, I just surprised you jumping right into it. So I mean, you didn't give people a little
Okay.
bit of a preamble. So
Sorry. You know.
yeah. So I know it probably on your mind from earlier.
Yes, I've been thinking about it.
Yeah, but I mean,
It's something we've spoken about before. Just going, giving more color this time and
yeah, I
focusing
get
on
it.
it.
You go straight to it though, because I mean, people might be lost.
Hmm.
Um,
Ah, yes, indeed.
So just in case, yeah, just in case anybody isn't clear on what we're talking about. So then I was just jumping right into the topic, the nature of opportunity, which by the way is, as you heard him say, something that he had picked at Axe and he had mentioned. Um, but the funny thing is that when I say you jumping straight into it, outside of you just really just also going right into it, is also that I don't think many people are like, I know
Yeah,
you've
they're
spoken
not
about it.
walking with me.
Yeah, man, they have no idea where you are. Because I know it, and I've spoken with you about it so many times that I think I know it, but I don't even know. Shay, you know where I'm going with it, or you know what I mean?
Uh yeah, I like his take because it wasn't where I went, where
Also,
my
not it's
mind
it's not
where
the
my
full
mind
of
went.
it, by the way. Where I was going just now was not the full of it. Just a piece of it, part of what
Hmm.
led me to thinking around this for the whole week and say we should do an episode on that.
Hmm.
Mm. And so, and so the thing is, the nature of opportunity. But you're thinking of it more specifically, thinking with the stock market.
No, it just really just like any investment you go into.
Mm,
Again,
mm-hmm,
this is not the full breadth of the thought, but this is a part of it.
mm-hmm,
Just what for me, it's the way its opportunity presents itself, the way opportunity is taken, gotten, just
mm-hmm.
what it is from an investment perspective, right? Oh, we have some claps there. Uh, yeah. So the idea, so that this piece of it was, you, when you go to on your investment, you're look you typical people are typically looking for certain things and typical quote unquote fundamentals in this case. They want investment to be great. Present the thing must present greatness in a certain way, or as far as they're concerned, the rest will measure up. When in reality, we know it doesn't necessarily work like that. Like people have different goals, people have different wants for them life, for their money, for their pocket. So for me to say, boy, NCB has good PB, good PE, it's a must buy for everybody. It don't necessarily work like that because somebody might invest in it and because what they want is not necessarily what NCB can provide for them right now. Like it just doesn't work like that. And my mind splits into so many thoughts on just the top of that. Right? Just what I want to buy NCB. It's not they want to buy NCB, so you want for your money, and does NCB fit that? And then you look at NCB, and just because NCB has a great PB, good PE, assets to death, and all of that, it doesn't necessarily mean that my pocket will do the thing. My money will do the thing that I want it to do just by buying NCB. And in
Mm.
the same vein, and there's different reasons why you can buy a stock. I mean, I'm not saying the guy was wrong when he said that because then you look at that. It's if somebody doesn't have necessarily a strong risk tolerance, or their
You got
goal,
fire though. Hold on,
yeah,
hold
sorry,
on. Though.
yeah, man is going at
You
100,
got you got really
really,
fire. You
really
got really
far, really
fire. Yeah,
far.
man.
Sorry,
Um,
I mean you know us, right?
yeah. You got way down the road of the idea. So
Yeah,
again,
so let's stick to that
I
for me. Yeah,
yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's me too. So anybody else who won, and you can send a speaking request and let me know if you're following right on track or if it's in my mind alone.
no,
Or
I don't think you're wrong there. I felt I was going for it, but it took me with it, so I was running with it.
yeah. I have to draw for that. I have to draw myself back like that sometimes because I have to remember that everybody don't know where we are. All right, so you're talking about nature of opportunity,
Yeah, but
and I
just the
say if
nature
it's in
of it,
the
what it presents itself sometimes. What is
exactly.
opportunity?
Shay, you said he was going somewhere that was different from where you
Where
thought.
she
So
was, I thought, yeah. What are you
Well, he
thinking of?
did touch
what do
it.
you think the topic is? What do you think the topic
He did
means?
touch it in the end. Because he started by saying he was looking at the graphics, at the
Hmm.
graphic for the show today or tonight, and what his thoughts were. My first thought was that's a garbage truck. So,
Yeah.
but
Mm-hmm.
it's also a delivery truck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So for the people who can't see, they may be just listening. I mean, it's hard to describe, so you probably should. just take a look at it either on your phone or if you're watching on YouTube or on Twitter. Um, yeah, you should
Right,
just take a look
but
at it. So what it
then
is a truck with it's like two images. You guys can help me to describe it. How do you describe it? Is that
You see a truck, garbage truck looking,
mm-hmm.
and there's a line down the middle. And in the backdrop of one, on the right side, on the backdrop of it, it looks very nice. It looks like daytime. The sky is clear in the back, green grass, and
Mm-hmm.
on the next side of it, the left side, that's where the front of a garbage truck just looks like a truck. The back of
Yeah,
a
is that
garbage
what
truck is where the garbage is. Right?
the
Like
front of it is actually not supposed to be a garbage truck, but I get you.
it looks like
it's
Yeah,
just a
a
truck. You cut it
yeah.
off, you're not going to see the garbage truck part. It looks like a regular Elan truck.
exactly. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
And in the back, you see the back now. You see the garbage
Looks
floating
like a
underneath.
garbage truck.
You see the
Yeah,
garbage hanging out. The back, and then it's a dark background. The
yeah. Mm-hmm.
grass is old and brown, and the skies are
Sky
dark
looks
and
terrible.
not clear, right?
Yeah.
And
Yes.
on the truck, Johnson's organic, but at the back, on the truck there's signs on the back part of the truck where it's nasty. It's waste removal service, $100 per pound, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
on the front, premium compost, $5.50 per pound, which is interesting. It costs more, right? But I think
I
the way
mean, it's premium.
Bradley said it really well. One man's trash is another man's treasure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's depending on what your use of the thing is. It's same garbage. I
Hmm.
want this thing, but boy, what I go to do with it is not what you go to do with it. So it's
Mm-hmm.
great for me. It's worth it. The value of it is more for me. And on the next side, boy, I dash it away. That's the banana peels and the old tomato them that you just need for fling out. I don't want them in my house.
Hmm.
It's not the place.
Correct.
And it's
It,
not worth anything. It's not worth much to me. So I'll give it away for free. I put it in
yeah.
the bin so the man can come collect it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, actually, if you think just to add to that point, if you think about it, it's obviously the same business, right? Johnson's
Mm-hmm.
Organic. On the
Mm-hmm.
one side, it's waste removal.
Mm-hmm.
The other side is premium compost. To your point just now, Danai, the waste removal, they pay them to come and take it out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not even
The
like
pain's
anybody.
complete. Yeah.
Yeah, they pay a hundred
Yep.
Get
dollars
rid of
for,
this
for,
thing.
for the truck to come and get rid of it,
Mm-hmm.
right?
And it's not going to sell it
Maybe the
back.
spoiled fruits or whatever. And
Hmm.
Johnson's Organic, maybe you can consider maybe the other branch of the company.
Mm-hmm.
Johnson's Organic Premium Compost, but it's the same fruits and stuff that go into making compost,
Mm-hmm.
and that you can sell for a lot. So they actually get paid to get rid of the trash. They
Hmm.
actually get paid to get rid of their
Organic waste.
not their organic waste, but their business input.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Well, yeah.
imagine if you're making sodas for a living. Like your factory makes sodas, but
Mm-hmm.
the people who sell the flavorings pay you to come and take the flavorings out.
Yeah.
Win.
Yeah, well that's actually well that's what I was thinking when I did the image, but that's actually how a lot of the trash business works.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those businesses where when you start realize how things work, you go, wait, these guys are nowhere near poor.
Yeah.
Trash is really good business. There's not many other businesses where the your supplier pays you.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, there's not many businesses where your supplier pays you.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, and it's the same stuff, the same organic
Same
waste,
exact thing you take.
the same thing that you pay me to get rid of.
I'm saying for more than you paid me for it.
Exactly.
Way more.
Yeah, and of
I
course,
Way
like
gave you
more.
money for it, and I'm saying it for more than I got for it. So we make two, and both sides made money.
exactly. Yeah, and the idea is the same thing. So it's like Paul, like you said, Bradley mentioned one man's trash and another man's trash. I mean, yeah, that's
Yep.
that's definitely one angle to look at it. And the angle point
Mm-hmm.
is good because Paul pointed out that it's based on your own perspective or situation,
Mm-hmm.
which
Yep.
is I think a large part of it. So I don't know where you were going with the idea, Shay, because he said initially he was going somewhere. So how do you see it?
Oh yeah, what Bradley said.
Oh yeah.
And it comes
Mm-hmm.
back to something that I say fairly often. I think the market works only because we want different things. Different people
Mm-hmm.
want different things, and that's why
Correct.
it works.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because
That's
when I want the stock, you don't want it anymore. So that's
Yep.
how I
That's why
get
you
it.
said it. That's why you said it.
Yeah.
correct.
I think people often think of it very binary. They think of why me to buy that? Why would he sell this stock? Why would you buy this stock? Not
Hmm.
thinking a couple months down the line, a year down the line, 10 years down the line, whatever you're buying it for. Like,
Mm-hmm.
when you're thinking about it, you're
Hmm.
looking with your lens. I don't want this thing anymore, so why would anybody else
Yeah.
want? And they don't think of the part where I want somebody buy this from me. With me, I get rid of this thing. I'm bingo with my profit in this for 3 years. I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
finally make the money I want to make. Like,
You know,
why somebody buy it from me? Like, if you think this thing not worth anything anymore, you wouldn't have bought it back then to sell it. You would have thought, there's a point I can sell this thing because the truth is you think the value will be higher later. Though that's why you bought it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
well, I don't know if a lot of people would agree with you that that's why they bought it. It being whatever it is. And I say that because,
because you got because we hear it often, right? The
yeah, and because I
percentage often
understand
you're
that,
put in, it's not that. It's that's the thing. I was thinking about that. No, I do want to understand that perspective more because I don't think I fully get what's going through that person's mind when they say that because they often because one they're often not speaking about a stock that they touched. They're often speaking about something they're seeing on the side, or you don't think it's too high now. Uh,
again, I want to make sure that people are following along with us, so
mhm.
I don't know if they get like what the situation is. And as always, we're live on Twitter, so I encourage anybody who wants to jump
Ask
into,
questions, please.
yeah, man, send a speaker request and we'll accept. And if you want to jump in, I see we have one person in Tav early as usual. Before we even get going, Tav, I just want to. But there's something you said there that I'm
Mm-hmm.
thinking of. How the idea is just the nature of opportunity, right?
Mm-hmm.
Generally, obviously, the poster makes it clear. Um, People don't see the same opportunity in the same things.
Mm-hmm.
I like how you brought it to a part. I wasn't even thinking of mentioning it just yet, even, but I like you brought it up now, where it's a selling that people talk about. I had a tweet a couple of weeks ago with the whole, I was saying that, one of the downsides of demonizing the selling of shares
Mm.
is that eventually you become the demon
Yep. Yep.
because no, as
Eventually.
you say, nobody don't buy it I wouldn't say to not sell it, but I'd say maybe with the idea of not gaining from it in their minds,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And we
Mm-hmm.
kind of lie to ourselves about why and how that
Mm-hmm.
gain is going to look. And you made a funny point, like you keep it for 3 years and in 3 years it go up, it bingo. And you said people think of that differently. One of the ways I know people think of it badly is that they think of whoever is selling,
That's an idiot. That's
yeah,
a
man,
sucker.
yeah,
Boy, me tricky. That's weird.
or a
Yep.
trickster. It's
Mm-hmm.
either there's a sucker involved, and if it's not them, is me.
Mm-hmm.
But which is probably why during IPO times you get so many casuals, if you will, coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Because at this point I can't be a sucker, because if I am, all of us are suckers because we're all coming in at the same price.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then that's also why, who is selling at $2.50? Why don't they wait till three? Why? What's so special about three?
Mm-hmm.
You're planning to be the one
You
selling at
want to
three.
sell at 3? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And
That
then
black my progress you come and sell at 250 and 230. You say
exactly.
no.
But when they're speaking about it, they don't say all of that. They say it as if it's genuinely bad.
Yes, yes.
And then you demonize selling
That's why I
across
don't
the
understand
board.
it fully. I want to understand what's going through that person's mind if they fully rationalize that thought. I want to understand just how they truly think of it when they say those things. Because I'm
Uh,
saying these things, I think of an understand. I think of an understanding of them. But the thing I don't understand is when they're saying it, what are they thinking is happening? When they're doing it, what do they think is happening?
well, I'd love to hear, because I've obviously I've spoken to and I've asked. It's one of those things that I always look for to understand in people, because it tells you a lot more about how people think, and you don't get stuck in thinking that your thinking is right, right? It's good to understand how other people think too. The thing I always try to point out that maybe I think helps some people is I say, well, if what price you want to sell? You want to sell at 3. When you were selling at 3, would you be a bad guy? No, 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 that different. But my money's small. It's always that, but my money's small, right? Um, or things that don't really. I don't know. I don't. I see Arville said timeline matters, but I do. Well, I guess maybe I need more context to understand what
Yeah,
you mean
what
when
do
you
you mean
say
by
that,
that?
Arville. I don't want to take it out
It
of
could be more than
context.
one. It could be different points where it could be the point before this that he's speaking to.
Well, it's
The same
always
point is.
it's always for some. It's always the right timeline for somebody else, right? Remember, the price can't rise if somebody don't sell, and the
We
price
also
can't and the price can't fall if somebody don't buy it.
we're also thinking. We've also spoken of it in a somewhat boys. It's good for somebody. But suppose some person said, suppose they're realizing a loss that they're finally moving on from it because they don't. Because investors are heavily on perspective thing. I can look at the same stock as somebody else, and I might be, I might have more information. Read more of the things, understand more in a different way. And so it's good to me. So when I said, why is somebody selling or whatever? Suppose they're saying they just don't see the thing, they don't see the vision anymore for this thing.
Mm.
So it's bad for them now. Them gone. Hey, but somebody's buying from them.
Yeah, but then they consider that person to be, yeah, again, because I hear it, because I've heard it so much over the years. Sometimes I don't even speak to it. I just listen. You don't always want to interrupt. I want to hear, or I'll be talking with somebody about something else and it's related to that, and you'll hear it, or you'll see tweets sometimes, and you see the tweets hinting at maybe something else, but they're classing it all as bad. And what is the thing that's bad? Selling.
Mm-hmm.
Selling. I'll show you an example. Think of how you hear people talk about IPOs now, where there's a selling shareholder.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I mean, we like to ignore that. Like this isn't new. We make it
No, but
sound
it's a
like
bad thing. It's a bad thing.
nowadays, every IPO selling shareholder, that kind of
Oh yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
not new, man. That's
But
just
it's
the
new to
new
them.
game.
It's new to them, and I think it's new to them. It's new knowledge to them, and it's also new. I won't say it that way. It's not new, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
It's I'm trying to find a way to say something. I don't want to step on toes. I don't want people to feel bad because you shouldn't feel bad about it, but it
Mm-hmm.
should be clear that I want to make it clear that it's not terrible.
It's not inherently a bad thing.
It's
We
it's
examine it for what it is and say, like,
I wouldn't say it's not inherently a bad thing. I don't think it's ever. I don't think it can
it's
be a
never a
bad
bad
thing.
thing. It's just a thing. But it is
Exactly.
what it is, and you
Exactly.
determine if that's good enough for you.
Exactly.
Because to me, I think when I hear it, it's often a matter of comparatives.
Hmm.
Because I've heard the case of, but I prefer when the company IPOs and they get all the money.
And the money goes, yeah, and
Whole
then
company. But that doesn't make that doesn't mean that the IPO is bad if it doesn't get. Suppose you're getting a, if you tell me, say, you have shares in KFC, Jamaica,
mhm.
and you want to sell me some, and the price is right for me, I'm buying.
What's the price is right.
No, for me, I'm just saying.
I don't think you understand the world that
I
you
know, man.
encompass in
That's beside the point. Yeah, cool. But the point I'm making really is: do you think KFC Jamaica is a bad business if, when I buy into it, Randy get the money or KFC get the money? Like, does the business become bad because Randy get the money? When I go on the market and I buy shares from a random person, I don't know. Is the company is the company not getting that money a bad thing? Just no, it's not.
you're cutting into two deep areas there. So what do you think, Shay? I know what I think, but I don't know if you have a voice on it.
Um, not really. I get why people feel like somebody else exiting and them coming in at that point is seen as such a scary thing and a bad thing is because we think that the opportunities are now gone. Like
Mhm.
it's it's like there's not enough for everybody. So if his opportunity worked out, it means that there's probably none left for me.
He must stay if he left the ship in any which way possible. You know, yo, him really sell me
Yeah.
some. What you mean?
So
But, but, but they
then
also
it's
don't think
bad.
of
It has to
what
be bad. If he already got what he got and left, then why would I want it? And
mm-hmm.
why is it good? You know,
Mm-hmm.
why would there still be opportunity there, and why would he walk away from it if there was still opportunity there?
You would.
You know, and then we we get into this place where we're like, yeah, obviously, you know, it's no longer good, or they wouldn't believe him.
Mm-hmm.
Like I say,
And
you're
then they
cutting
don't
into.
think of that when they buy a stock. That's the same thing as when I buy a stock on the market.
No, but sometimes
I'm
they
gonna
do.
live.
Sometimes they do. You cut into
Oh,
something
yeah,
deep
they
there,
do.
like I
They're
tell you,
there.
because
But then
the
in the
places where I have heard and seen that you wouldn't believe, and it doesn't always show itself in a why are they selling the who is selling at $2.50. They don't always show itself in that kind of place. It shows itself in a different kind of thinking. That's why I want to keep it on that. Like, if the just the IPO, if the money isn't going to the company, that idea has spread so far
mm-hmm.
that they even dislike if the money is just going to pay debt.
debt.
You
So
know
they
how often I see that? What's the
see
last
that and that's
IPO?
the company no longer has those costs. Wow.
But that's not counted. In fact, if the company, I
The company must be
I
doing
was touching about
something. It must
use
be
it like
doing
it look.
something fancy and it must look nice. You know, it's new development by our next company, everything cool. We do the absolute situation again. Like, well, I only see like,
Yeah.
but
But
that is that and that same that line goes so far in investing because even the thought that I was saying earlier around the fundamentals, that's another absolute situation. If the company doesn't have PE below 10 and PB above, those things need to those boxes need to cross for my money to go in there. And I
mhm,
really haven't defined yet what I want my money to do in it. But I'm investing based on these numbers.
I get
It
you.
doesn't really say money will go up. It don't really say it doesn't really say any. I could have bought NCB at 40.
Boy, then I really being as
Right,
touched as
that's just
possible tonight.
reality, right? It, and the thing is, even
I
then,
did.
suppose somebody buys NCB at 40.
Well,
We
I
Shay
did.
said
look
she
at
did. Well,
same
Shay,
thing.
maybe that's a good. Hold on, maybe that's a
When
good
I
object
sold it,
lesson.
I sold it. Oh, I sold it at 45.
Okay, 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 but then okay,
Well,
was it bad when you did it? Was it bad when you sold it?
It was not
Why did you buy it to begin with at 40?
to sell it at 45. So,
mm-hmm.
How
We did.
um,
how quickly did you expect it to get to 45?
couple days.
Couple of days. Okay. How
Couple
long did
days.
it take to actually get to 45?
Mm, about 2 days, maybe. I don't know. Couple days. It was a couple days. Um, but that was just based on an observation. Um, so yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm. But you also will hear the framing of anybody that bought at 40, like, "Oh, I'm sorry for them in the dog, them dead, them only dead in the water," as
And
if
then as followed up with, what about the people that did buy at 200?
200.
Jesus Christ, yeah.
As if like there are no options for any investment beyond the static point of when you did buy in the past. I think that it's I see it often. A stock go down, bro, and the world ends. It's no longer can buy more at this lower price. It's not the company not good again, bro. Things people will forget that they're a 10-year investor because 6 months
I
in
don't
it
think
will look good again.
I don't think
Yeah,
people forget that they're 10-year investors. I think well, people that grow up know how I see it. I think that
and them say it.
yeah, no, I think they just fall back to the honesty of what they actually are.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. They fall back
But
to the
it's
honesty
like
of what
some
they actually are, or what they're doing, which is that you're not. Of course, you're
you're
not.
go so that's the thing
What you
at the
want to
point where I
kind
would
of feel
really
shame
want it.
about, because it comes back to the same thing. What you want to feel shame about. If you could
Mm-hmm.
do what she said she did,
Yes.
reliably, you would do it.
Mm-hmm.
But you think of it as bad, and so you don't think of yourself as doing something bad. So you call it something else, you say it's
Mm-hmm.
something else. And as long as you're not in a situation, you don't ever act on it, right? And I'll only act on it when it's fair and it seems clear and it seems okay. So all of it coming in at $1, that's fine. And but it always plan to sell at three, so three is fine. And it never looked like it was going to get to three. Some sell at 270 or 260, but that's fine because look, it makes sense because they're 185 and a good thing we jump out at two, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're talking about as if you do something shameful,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't want us to stray from the lens through which we view that shameful thing first, which is that it's a nature of
Open.
opportunity.
So yeah, we're
Yeah,
forward
man.
looking. If it's what are we looking
Exactly.
at? Like opportunity presents itself. Like it's also the nature of like, you have an opportunity. What is it, right? Like, you're looking at this thing and it can look good. It can look ugly. No, it can be the what it grades as really good numbers.
GK,
I'll,
GK.
I'll,
It can be
okay.
that.
it just
Wait,
came out.
wait, oh no. I mean, I don't. I mean, like quote unquote fundamental. I mean the ratios. I don't. Where's GK?
Okay. Oh, sorry, I thought you were looking at something just now.
Oh no. I'm
Okay.
saying it can be that the thing is fundamentally sound. It can be that the ratios are great. It
Hmm.
does, but it could also not be that.
Mm-hmm.
And the opportunity is really dependent on what you're investing for, and I think a lot of people slip up on that part. It's. I actually
Mm-hmm.
want 30% in 2 years.
Yeah.
That's not
Or
determined by those ratios. I mean, like, whether that works
yeah.
for you, or whether that works as a meaning in terms of your profit, with that, will something move to that amount in the 2 years is not determined by if the PB is within a certain range or if the PE is within a certain range. You
Again, you
have
step
more
it.
than one companies that will do that, and they have different values of the same thing.
Hey, it's you're
I'm not
stepping
saying
on toes again because
no,
again, what you're
because
saying. Think about
I'm
what you
saying
just
those
said.
things should be put in the context for what they actually are. Like in certain ways, them cover something about safety, peace of mind, and or other things that come out the back of that. But your money doesn't move up or down just because. Like if we take two stocks that did the same return in the same time,
Hmm.
you can often find that they look very different at the time when you were looking at 2 years ago.
Well, boy, I don't know. You know what? Maybe I just get back into the groove. I just think about all of the lines on which you're going. I don't disagree. I agree there 100%. As you know, it's just like I think about, oh, forget toes. I mean, step on toes. It's fine. People have that idea in their mind. And I keep trying, what I want to show here or to hear from somebody, and we can work it out, is to show how, the opportunity. It's like a tweet I had. I didn't realize I hadn't sent it. A tweet I had, I should send it now, saying that the thing about the blessings at the high level look like blessings
Mm-hmm.
when
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
when you're getting them,
Yeah,
right?
I often
I
get
thought.
clients that want high returns. So they talk to me during the session, they talk to me outside the session, and sometimes I remember Bridget first become a client in thing there. I even mentioned the stock to you recently, Randy. He came to me that stock that he was looking at, right? To
Hmm.
me, it seemed like he
Ah,
missed
okay.
some of it because he see the stock go up already. So now you see, I think that kind of triggered him to say, "Wait, there, something go on here, so and the company is doing much better than they were before. It can work."
Hmm.
But he's also looking at it from a perspective. He's also looking at it and pointing out what is wrong with it, and that's right. He should look at the things that. But a lot of it is based on why the company, what did I do so good with whatever, right before. So can this planner have work? And it's almost felt like he wanted me to tell him what's great about this thing to convince him of the thing. And I have to tell him, I can't make it look better. Like, the thing is what it is. But that doesn't
Yeah.
mean an opportunity isn't there. It just also means that certain things can happen and you have to be looking out for those certain things. But The opportunity doesn't disappear. The thing you identified, it's still there.
Yep.
But you have a lot of people who are
One sec, everybody. Sorry about that. I think we just lost the space and the sound. So give us one moment and we'll fix that back. Hmm. As I said, apologies. Uh, Sorry about that, Danai, and everybody else listening on Twitter. And as I said, apologies to the people listening Sorry, Shay, I want to agree with you. But I realize that people having the, you're not wrong. Again, people still having problems with the sound. Give me 10 seconds or there's something I want to say to that. Because you are 100% correct, but there's something I want to say. I want to say it and I don't want to have to chop or edit or anything like that. Um, yes. So it should be good. If you want to not have any certain thing for you to until this is started, or the great thing to do is jump on Twitter and join the space, as the auditor should always um, perfectly fine and work, right? Uh, and so yeah, I don't want to lose that point either. I like to fix this in post for the video. People encourage you to jump on Twitter and check out the earnings season podcast and join the space and you can hear us clearly. And you can even watch us mute the TV. But yeah, that point I really want to think about so business is solving a problem for a group of people. And why I don't necessarily like blind support is because it's blind, right? It's not really support. It's not actual support in my view. That not that it's not support, but let's say yo, I'm gonna help out my brethren. Starting shop. I'm gonna help out my brethren. There's not that there isn't real support, like a one passing thing, right? Your friend start a shipping and so support when him open him have him grand opening on Friday, you come there and you eat some juice and you hang out with people them and your brethren say do it. But you don't I don't want to say, you don't switch from you don't switch from maybe um, ship me, right? You're still using ship, you're still using rocket, whatever, right? Um, and you know why? Because those services probably are hitting you really, really. You're like a miracle customer. You're not switching from it because they probably provide a service that you really need. Like a way to work. You don't always need to cheap it. Like whatever the thing is, the thing that you get from it, right? And that thing is what I often tell my friends, try and provide that thing because then the guilt of supporting on the other person and it doesn't put the guilt of looking at you or trying to do that on you either, right? If you provide something that your friends genuinely need, in a way that your friends genuinely need, then that's the best form of support. Maybe I should say it that way. It's not that I don't like support, that I want genuine support that I want. And I know that what floats businesses is genuine support. So if your friend at a corner shop, and so you buy your friend corner shop just because you're supporting them, it's kind of more expensive. Chance first you get cheap, it's cheaper, right? Where usually, but if your friend corner shop is close by, right, good pricing, like it's the same price as Mr. John's up the road. Um, then you go to place and you're going to tell your friend that have some, you shout it, oh, I have cheap sweet, whatever. You actually save some money, and they start, yeah, I get more deals this place. Thing work better for me, or them deliver or whatever. And that's the best form of support because I genuinely need it, and my friend's business is the best place to get it. Like it then turns that person into a natural salesperson of the business because it's a genuine thing, and people know when I'm talking to somebody about something them genuinely feel a way about, a good way about, right? Um, and I've forgotten how the hell I got to that point. So, oh yeah, no, exactly. Thank you. So you know what all of that was for? Jesus, sorry. You know all of that was for? It was a long segue to say that bit of news that came about RJR, and the Observer, and that they're considering to sign an MOU to the not too long ago actually, like very late notice on TSC, that they sign an MOU to provide um not to provide, I don't say this the wrong way, but essentially to to have a I'm being careful in what I said because I'm being careful in what they said. They've signed an MOU to explore the possibility of them joining their distribution and printing arms, right? Because those two sections of the business are unique, not unique, but are shared and a large part of both of those businesses, right? And and so they have, I mean, they said this, but to me, I think it's the first step towards an obvious solution for a problem that both of them have, which is we are print businesses primarily. We are a newspaper. We distribute island wide. So the printing of the thing that we distribute and the distributing of the thing are two major parts of our business. And even though we are competitors, we are competitors. Um, we're in the same space, and somebody might buy a cleaner and say they don't buy the Observer. But there are many days growing up with whichever one my father bought. Let's be honest, he bought the cleaner. Everybody buys a cleaner. He used to buy the cleaner. Um, but in buying the gleaner, if the money spent on buying the gleaner, then it's spent on buying the cleaner. There's no Observer being bought that day. So in that sense, they are competitors. Even though I'm saying that because many people just buy both. Right? And I'm talking about the root of the business, where the business actually came from, where the business actually is from, and where the business actually has its strongest roots. And that place is print and distribution. I say that because obviously now most people access these things via their cell phone, and the same
The same
energy
energy tech
to
to go to
observer.com, the
observer.com,
same
the
energy
same
to
energy tech to go to
gleaner.com.
gleaner.com.
But
But
it,
it
it
it should
I
be,
want
I want to
to
make it clear
make
for
maybe even
maybe
also
even
our
also our
younger
younger
listeners
listeners,
or
our
viewers,
viewers,
that
that
that's where the
that's where the
core of that
core of that
business
business
came
came
from.
from. Right? That's where the core of that business came from. And that's why I think they made such a big deal in their notice about it being
The joint.
yeah, about it being two separate businesses and then remaining separate. So
Yeah.
I think it's to make it very, 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 very clear to people that it's not
We're not
going
joining
to be,
hands.
yeah, it's not a merging of the companies. Right.
Yep.
So this is the notice that came out today. You can see it on my money JA. This is the notice that came out today from a listed company, the Gleaner, right? So they have to kind of make these things very clear to us. And I'm tying this back. Sorry, I feel like all over the place. I'm tying this back to your point, Shay, about
Mm-hmm.
it being a need that's being filled. And I thought I was talking about the tangent about genuine support being the best kind of support is when the person or the entity you want to support is providing something that you genuinely want in a way that you genuinely want it. And so I always tell my friends that when I'm giving them, we're talking about businesses, that hey, listen, the best thing you can do is to target the actual need, and then
Mhm.
it's easy for all of the people that you know or the people that know of you or whatever to coalesce to go towards that need, and then
Yeah.
then you have a business. So it's a long way of saying that the best businesses are those that feel the need, and that's why they get the most support. Um, and this, I think, is a need being filled by both of these companies. And it's a great segue into saying that I hope they list it. I hope. I mean, I'm thinking it's listed. RJR can use the listing. God knows. And I don't think Observer can also not use it. I think Observer can also use it. And yeah, it's a great idea
Mm-hmm.
in my view, and a genuine listing opportunity that is, I get like the benefit of two household names behind it,
Mm-hmm.
like
Mm-hmm.
a legacy thing, yeah. And also interesting how it transforms legacy media, if you will, in Jamaica.
Mhm.
What are you
Yeah.
thinking there? In there, how it transforms it?
Um, well, this is something that is not an uncommon thing in print media around the world. And in the US, it happens a lot. I remember a place I used to pass all the time, and that's what they do there. I remember asking what they do there, and I was told like, oh, they print like 6 newspapers. There's a place in Florida that does that. Place like 6 competing newspapers. We are just
Same
the
thing there.
printer and the distributor.
Mm-hmm.
And so it becomes a business line that's a supply. So it's a wonderful spin-off, if you will, a wonderful, wonderful spin-off. I really hope it comes to the market, and I think it could be done that way. That when it comes to the market, it helps RJR who
Right
needs it.
there. Yep.
Yeah,
I agree.
um, which would then mean that RJR's current performance, RJR's current both company performance. I mean, you look over the last few, look over like the last 3 or so years. Um, it has not been very, very good, right? They hit that they exited profitability in 2023, and so far this year
Gotcha.
they, they've continued that run, that negative run. And share price wise is more of the same. Um, yeah, share price wise, it's a whole lot of the same. RJR hasn't really had a good run in terms of us retail shareholders. Yeah. So speaking specifically here from the perspective of a retail shareholder, if anybody who put their money in over, let's say, the last, let's actually look at the analysis. So you go back over the last 3 years,
Mm-hmm.
January 2022. Mm, mm. A nice spike heading into February was as high as $4 odd.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
I think about. I don't feel exactly that time, but nature of opportunity. If you're looking at RDR a couple of years back,
mm,
there are a lot of good things going on for it. And they're wrapping up with. They're speaking very nicely about what I think they were doing again. Name again.
digital,
Digital.
um, you call it, like they're moving over to a digital
Yep.
Transformation.
transformation. Yes, so like
Yep.
digital delivery everything because
Mm-hmm.
the bandwidth that TV used to be broadcast on
Mm-hmm.
is
Yeah.
valuable bandwidth.
And how they were speaking about it. I remember how after the market viewed it as it's a great thing to happen, and I remember expectations beyond the point of what I saw for my money. So it's something interesting. You look at it, say, "What I want out of this," but then you hear
Mm,
everybody else's thoughts around it, and it was, "Boy, how great it's going to be and how far it's going to go." I heard a lot of that. So when I left the boat because my opportunity was exhausted, as far as I was concerned,
mm,
then you still had a lot of hoping and expecting or whatever. And those good things that you were seeing at that point presented itself like, oh my god, this great thing. But sometimes, I mean, the opportunity is there at what point I'm investing, but it isn't necessarily there for everybody in the way they want their money to go. which is, as you say, after that point, you see what happens. Like falling off, cool. Like, but somebody's invested for a for a longer period and expecting more.
Mm-hmm.
If within the time is declined, they were expecting to leave, they have not gotten what they wanted out of it.
If they're looking for more money on top of their money, then probably
Mm-hmm.
not. Probably not. If you, I just looking at MMJ here, the volume weighted. If you look at like a 30-day VWAP, if you look at the, I did a long, a 210-day standard moving average.
Mm-hmm.
You, yeah, it's not. In fact, let me not even look at that. Let me not even go to any technicality like that. If you just, I went
If
from
you're
the end
buying
of
a ticket
January,
for
the
that
end.
spike, then rough now.
It's rough no matter not no matter what, because again somebody could have bought you know late
Exactly,
December
but then think about
2023 and
that too.
sold after.
How
Yeah.
much other opportunities there are in between there? Like it's never just it's almost never this static thing where boy
Hmm.
it's really it's very truly what do I want out of this,
Hmm.
and does this thing fit that? Does the return I want in the time I want it fit this investment I'm going to make?
Well, that's what I teach a girl. um ITR being down 73% over that time period is however only painful if it wasn't part of your plan and if you didn't adjust your strategy
Exactly that. I think so, like
around
I
that.
said,
Yeah.
within the time when it declined. But suppose my timeline was longer than that, and I hear these great things now, and I think this. I don't want it like that. But I suppose what I'm hearing now is a catalyst that I'm looking for the investment I have for 5 years from now.
Hmm.
And $2 is a great opportunity. The low from the peak, the $4 that everybody said, boy, come down 73%. You're not balling. You're saying, yeah, man, give me more.
So you would be Johnson's organic premium post.
Yeah, exactly that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, and there's so many of those
That's the
examples on the
market.
market. Yeah, there's
It's
so many of those examples across the market. Things that people bawl about are huge opportunities, not just for like the shades among us who are striking
mm-hmm.
in the middle of all of that, but
Yep.
also just if you have any real timeline. I find that most people don't invest in any real way with any real method, with any real thought behind it. And I don't mean, when I say real thought, I mean constructed thought.
Mm-hmm.
And so they miss opportunities because they don't really have it, they don't have any idea really where they're going.
Yep.
So like there's so many opportunities even on the market no. And I don't just mean NCD because it's so low, even though I'm sure,
That fits on the bill.
of course, if it's a bill heavily,
Mm-hmm.
if it's a bill for at least two sets of people,
Mm-hmm.
at least two sets of people. Um, Like I saw in group earlier, it was shared the clip, the chairman Michael Leachin saying, what more you want? And it was apparently in response to the $100 stock being done at $20 or something like that. Because it really is an opportunity for those. In fact, I think it might be too much of an opportunity, which is, well, it's never too much of an opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
It is a bit of an opportunity. And in the same way,
So what more you want?
exactly, what more you
Then
want?
think about that.
Because
Yeah, one more in a lot of people's goal that fits. One more you want, but then you think about it. Suppose it doesn't fit my goal, then I might want it more. I want
suppose I don't know what I
my
want.
what that?
Now we're getting somewhere.
Yes, yeah, yeah. What do you think, Shay?
I think you made two very good points. Uh, the first one, knowledge, right? So you kind of have to know what opportunity looks like to be able to identify it. And if you don't know what it looks like, it's probably right in front of you, and you're going to miss it
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
because you don't know what you don't know what it looks like. And
yeah.
the other side of what you said is you don't know what you want. You don't know the opportunity that you want. So
Mm-hmm.
even if it's in front of you, you're still not going to see it because
I
you don't even
Correct.
know what it
find
is you want.
the thing you said earlier around people not saying what they actually want. I think that's deeper. I think a lot of people don't actually know what they want. There's no work done in the sense of let me actually figure out what my money should be doing or what I want my money to be doing. So then you start looking at everything and you just don't know where to go in. You don't know where to go at all. You can't make the first step. And I think I often see is people say a thing. People they come to me with a thing and they say whatever, and then that thing it's not what they actually do. Can't tell them how often I get the long terms, bro. That's
Well,
suddenly
I figure you get that every day. I figure you get that every day because
I get a person that says they want a long term investment,
Mhm.
and then when the long term starts feeling like long term, also things get missed. So this thing that they're looking at for a long period of time that isn't necessarily impacted by the whatever is happening in the now. Like, RGR down. If RGR is good for you for 10 years down the line, you better buy that 2 than 4, right? that that's just reality.
Mhm.
Then you get caught up in the boy it's down and so on. Like you're not examining. You don't have to examine of boy. Is it actually a bad investment
Mhm.
at this point? It just everything gets thrown out. It's no longer it just because it's done. I'm done. And I even get like you have people that stop, like out long term. Continue investment over a long period of time. They want to do a DCA.
Well,
Can't
pause. I
pause. It gets
I was
worse.
going to say I was going to say that I think maybe one of the easy benefits that you can get is if you just ask people to act like when they say that try what I try, ask them what they mean. So ask them
Oh
one
yeah,
thing
no,
more. Yeah.
trust me, I go through it, bro.
No, but as in no, as in well, what do they mean? Maybe somebody can come on. Everybody can send a speaking request and tell us what do you think. What do you mean? Like if you are a long term investor, what do you see as opportunity, and what do you mean when you say long term? And then maybe we can even talk about one of the long term opportunities that you see on the market now.
Mhm.
I don't want to. I like to pay the piper also, so I like to make sure that everybody gets the value for the money. But
Mhm.
and I'll kick it off. I'll kick it off by saying not what I see on the market as long term opportunity, no, but um, what I think of as opportunity. I simplify it. It's like the chance for me to increase my value, increase the value of whatever, and the value is different all the time.
Mhm.
Sometimes it's cash, sometimes
That
it's other reasons. Yeah.
that thing you just said. That's all a big thing. Most people. That's what that it's. I mean, there's a thing you said and you say often around setting goals, setting out whatever, and it's the easy example you often give is I want so you want to buy this thing and then 10 years from now you sell everything and cash out and you have the money in your hand. Like, so you spend $1 million now and then you want to cash in $20 million down the line because that's very different from I hold a stock that's worth $20 million down the line.
Oh, yeah.
So
You
they don't
loading
look
up my
at what
money.
the value
Yeah.
of it. So the value they want to extract from the thing is not thought about.
Well, that's a growth group thing. That's a growth thing also where I try to
But
get
everybody
people.
thinks. I mean, you saying it's a grower group thing, but the thing
It's something that everybody can benefit from.
everybody should.
But
I think everybody should look at because
yeah,
you're actually asking yourself, what do I want from my money? You cannot stop at the vague points. What I'm saying? I hear people get through retirement.
you can. But the thing is, here's the thing that or at least what I've learned,
Mm-hmm.
and we have it in ourselves too. Yeah, like people tired, people busy, people
Oh yeah, that's
them
true.
can't bother. So they don't. So that, and the truth is, you're bringing up something that you've seen me do it for years with people. So I can tell you from years of experience that most people don't know. Most people at the time when you ask them, most people listening to this
Yes.
is the first time that they're even thinking. If they understand what you're saying, is the first time they're thinking about it. Most people
Mm-hmm.
buy stocks, and like I say, we lie to ourselves about what we want, especially if we feel that it's bad.
Mm-hmm.
Think about how people talk about selling.
I also don't want. You just said it. Having ourselves. I do not want to sound like I'm othering.
Yeah,
That's me
well,
too. That's
well,
reality. I am one of
Yeah.
those people, in some cases.
yeah. I mean, even I make the mistake. I say it all the time. Like, no, what is your goal? The reason I say it so much is
Humanity. It's a
because
human. Sometimes you know much time. Sometimes I see a stock over the years and I just message you and say, "Yo, that can do this thing." And because I saw, I think because we look at so much a wide range of opportunities,
mhm,
not necessarily that in not necessarily with a view for our exact overall goal. So that we don't say we look at everything. We look at every single stock and we naturally think what can go on for that thing there, right? And sometimes we see an opportunity in it we can run onto. But maybe the thing maybe the thing we're doing already was better. But we so much
Yeah.
excited by we want to run on for that thing because I think money come in and we want to do something
Sorry.
in there. So I laugh at Randy and say he has too much stocks in his portfolio. Cause this man used to do him. See that thing him run onto it. Him have money, him go and make that play. And that's
Still have
natural.
too many. Still have too many.
So it's same. So very
Yeah.
I don't want it to sound like boy client them come with something and them not understand. People do these things and them don't understand. No, I'm saying that's investors. That's that. It's a very often we're fighting with human nature to get the better outcome what we want for ourselves.
Almost always. At least in
So
my view.
seeing more doesn't mean you do. Seeing more doesn't mean this fixes you. It doesn't mean that it's something that one of the biggest things in this thing is mindfulness. Knowing, sticking to your core of what you're doing and weighing your options very often. The thing I'm in, should I leave? Big up Shay from last week on her tune him. But
Yeah.
should I leave this thing for that new thing? Or should I stay? Does this new thing look better than what I think? It's something you constantly do. And I think that you say this one again, but I keep going to what you just said. But about people being busy. I think a lot of people just don't they don't look at as much as we do. They don't have a time in their lives because I think we at this point we've dedicated a lot of our lives to it, our daily life towards doing this. So there's a lot of that actually comes in. So I can't not everybody can examine every opportunity. Not everybody will examine every opportunity.
Yeah, but I'm not even talking about it from the perspective of the opportunity. This is something that people think that they don't have the time for it, and maybe you're right. Maybe they're correct, and they don't.
I don't think people don't have the time for it.
No, man. I mean,
we put more time to it than most. That's all I'm saying there.
for the market, yeah. I'm not talking about the market here. The thing that I'm talking about is what most people, in my view, would be served very much by spending the time thinking about, which is what do I actually want? And just the best advice I can tell you is, if I'm speaking so broadly, is to go past the first answer.
Yep.
Just go past the first answer with yourself. So if you are not willing to do it with yourself, then you know you're not ready. That's what I think. I was saying all of this, but this is all Shay's area. So I don't know, Shay.
What do you want? Very important question. And I like, that you're saying do it with yourself, because I think that's a question that you should go through with yourself first. And I like to encourage people to do it. And I like to encourage people to not think about, in the first part, don't think about the limitations, don't think about the challenges that could pop up. Don't think about any of that. Just, if you could just want what you want, what would you want? If there was no limit, big up Limitless, and you could just want what you want freely, what would it be? What would you say I want? What would it be? And even if it sounds delusional, that's okay. I just want
Yeah.
you to say one time what you want, what you actually want. And then we can work out the limitations and what if this and all of that. We can get into all of that later. But first, what is it that you're looking for? What do you want?
And
That is
that's it. A lot of my clients, a lot of my sessions go like that. It's I said it earlier, how much people throw out the word retirement. I think that's the first answer they get. It's okay. Then I said, I must tell you what I'm investing for, what we're doing here. And them say retirement.
you're
What
like, I don't even want, sorry, Dana, I don't even, what does that say to you when you hear that? Sorry, what do you think that they're saying? Like, I almost want to say this to you privately, or like maybe after, if we're talking in the girl group after, I'll say it there, because it's also, I think, is valuable overall advice, something that I learned, something that I had to learn. So it's something I think maybe you're missing to in it. That, well, I'll say it after, but since I interrupted you, I'll let you go back to it. So people are saying
Okay.
that they want retirement, which is a major thing for everybody.
Yeah, retirement. So the
Yeah.
question I often come into, what does that actually look like? Like when
Mm-hmm.
when do you want to retire? Say 20 years from now. When what does this money look like when you put it down, you invest it, and 20 years from now you go to whatever portfolio you've made? What do you actually want to see sitting in there 20 years from now? And what do you want? Are you pulling the money out? Is it paying good dividends? And what's the actual outcome to your pocket from those things? That's not a line to go along. It's oh, I don't know how much it wasn't. I never really thought about how much things they cost then, how much money I'll be spending, what this actual investment will be doing to my pocket 20 years from now. It's just it almost feels like a hope thing. Like, oh yo, maybe
But
when
it is.
I'm rich and it solves a need that I never knew I had. It solves whatever need I have at that point that I never actually wanted to think about. I just want to look there and say, oh, 300 million good.
Yeah. Which is a great way to never have 300 mils. Is
Mm-hmm.
yeah, because you don't get that.
Where Shay said, what are the limitations? I have to go through that. Because then, all right, so it then becomes that you tell me, say, sometimes they have the plan already. How they're going to get to this number they don't know yet. So they invest XYZ amount every single month and they leave it there. And you must tell them what to put in it and it will fit there. So. But then sometimes you hear, oh, but the way you plan to do that, it can't actually work for the amount of money you're going to because you probably need to be doing more. You probably need to putting more, doing more in terms of looking at investment opportunities more. The kind of investments you need to get there. Probably don't look
And
like what you actually think or you've actually prepared yourself to do so far.
yes, maybe I can compliment. Sorry, you were saying something just now, Shay?
Oh no, I was
No,
agreeing.
no. Yeah. So maybe I can compliment that with. So if most people are there, and I think most people are there because it's part of those conversations that we don't often have with ourselves, um, and it's a hard conversation to have. I have
I
it.
tell you, that's the hard part of the thing. I
You've
think
seen me, yeah.
the hard part is you figuring out what your actual goals are around your money. It's
Yep.
not. It's not.
Massive,
Oh, yo, I will
massive.
come here and then there's this magic stop waiting on me, or I need to be day trading, and it'll work out. It's not that. Why are day trading? Why you think you need to be doing those things? What are you actually looking for from the things?
What does day trading mean?
Exactly that.
So the thing,
I've broken on that before. I've had the day traders come, bro, and it's
one of the things that I think you're touching on that as I hesitate because I want to have the real conversation, but it might be even too much for here. But
mm-hmm,
again, you're touching on a very we spoke about some of it last week.
mm-hmm,
You're touching on a very touchy point where people are realizing or maybe have to or are avoiding the realization of what the reality is that they want, what they
mm-hmm,
want, and what it look like and what they know. You reach a point sometimes where people start to realize, I speak for myself, where you realize that almost all of the things that you're saying you don't mean or you don't go so. Right, so like day trading, and then when you stop somebody and you make them, but what do you think day trading is? You realize what they think day trading is. You in
mm-hmm.
front of the computer, you make some money, you lose some money some days, or you try and make some money. If you're good at it, you make a lot of money, and you have in front of it, you're from the market, don't tell the market lock, and you're on it. And I don't have the time to that in my busy life. And so you've decided on your own that's what one, you've decided that's what it is, and two, you've decided that that's what's required to get to
Mm-hmm.
three, the thing that you haven't bothered to define.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I define it, I might be right. I might
Mm-hmm.
be right. I might be right. But if I don't define it, I'll
I'm
definitely be
always wrong.
right. Then I'm always right because I don't
See?
define it. So
Yeah,
yeah.
you're right. You're right.
And for you to say I'm wrong, you have to prove it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you prove it, then chances are I'm smart enough I can figure out the way to do it off you proving that it don't go so. So how it goes so then? And you just prove it so it goes so. And if you prove it, then I'll follow. But then that is somebody explaining to you that this bad smelling spoiled fruit in the back of the truck is multi millions. No, what you mean is garbage. And that plays itself out all the time. And because we attach so much emotions to those things, I would bring it to everything else. So in the market, we do the same thing. But I feel like we're beating NCB up. NCB is good, no, NCB is bad. Like it has to be one or the other. It can't be both. You
Yep.
know, it can't be. The better market understanding.
That's the side of opportunity stares you in the face harder. The risk, this can work out, bro, but it's an opportunity. It might work out. If it works out well, I'm good. But how can it go wrong? And the how can it go wrong just steers you down, bro.
But if you spend so much time, if you can think of the wrong as not wrong, but just a different state of the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like the diamond is also the lump of the coal, right? The lump
Mm-hmm.
of coal is also the diamond. They're the same thing. And so it means that if you figure out where they make diamonds, you probably want to go and buy up all the coal you can.
Yep.
And then you have to understand that while you're doing that, you're gonna look dirty. People are gonna think you're silly. Everybody in them cousin gonna know a better way that you should do it. And when you carry the truck full of coal to the diamond factory and then pressure it down and you get 10 times less than the coal you had, but now it's in diamonds, and then take three out of the 10 and cut that up and make wonderful jewelry, and take another three out of the 10 and then put it in headgear and crowns or whatever, and take the other three out of the 10 and then put it
Mhm.
into electronics, and the last one you take it and you buy two more truck and you go buy some more coal, and then going to say, oh, but why are you spending money on coal? You should be looking on core, which is your diamond sales.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because you can't expect them to see it because they may not understand the nature of opportunity. But if you don't want to be they in that situation, you have to understand what is your opportunity, what opportunity actually look like. Because
How
you
much
rarely ever,
then I ran it. Oh, you know, say.
Mhm.
yeah. How you know,
Bro,
say,
how did
how,
know say not go blow? Because the IPO was so weak and it was.
and then the
Remember that?
APO
Remember when
come and
Singers wasn't
shoot
good,
it
bro?
down, and
Remember when
yeah,
Singers wasn't good to everybody? Because,
10
boy,
out
the
of 12
IPO is far from
months.
IPO. Remember
And it
Chan
still
Jamaica wasn't
is,
good one time, too?
huh?
Remember when Chan Jamaica wasn't good?
For years, for about
Yeah, man.
I thought about that.
I
4
have to
years.
think about it when I hear how it's spoken about now, like it was, like everybody did see. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. They
Yeah, you know they didn't because they didn't buy more.
didn't even buy it
Big
when it
up
was below
that
IPO
man
price,
from
bro.
last week who said he was buying at what, 121 or something like that. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Averaging down. That's one of the easiest signs I always look for. That's one of the very easiest signs um for you
So
for you
you
to
want
see.
more.
No, see if you really understand opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
also, I shouldn't say to understand, that's my personal bias coming in. Let me think of it, let me say it this way. It's one of the easiest signs that I use to tell what you consider to be opportunity. No, I'm biased in that I believe, and I think we all believe, that I know what actual opportunity is
Mm-hmm.
because I have my own bias to it. And then what I think is that oftentimes all of our, the vast majority of our opportunity shows itself as cash. And then I think that I might know a bit better because I listen to so many people and I hear they talk about and I see how they act and I realize that, yo, what you are saying is opportunity. It's not what your actions show you think of opportunity as being. And based on what your actions show me that you think opportunity is, that vehicle is probably not the best vehicle for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But you're taking a lot of um hope out of that vehicle because it is spoken of in a way that you like, right? Like I see, oh, so we don't know who it is. There's somebody on YouTube say we cinco, just say it. Um, so I guess they figure like, okay, that's opportunity, right? That's opportunity there when that Visinco now is at what's Visinco at? 20 something dollars?
20, I think 21, 20, something. Yeah.
Yeah, ask me how I
20
knew.
and some cents or
$20 and
21,
one
somewhere there. So
cents. Ask me how I know. Ask me how I know. Because I mean, you go back to 2024, what was Visinco? $20.08. You go back to 2023, where was the Cinco? 20 odd, well, it was a little lower. It was at 17 for a
You
while.
know,
I used to call
that
it
was
this,
big. That was a big jump, bro. That was the
yeah,
oh, it's coming
17
into
to
this
20.
thing. And I heard a lot of around thing there. Around that when that the move from 16 to 16 whatever. It was
17 to 20.
finally running up now. It's finally going to wherever now.
Yeah, it was going to 20,
It was
where it had been before.
mm-hmm.
Um, and you go back a few more years, and where was it?
COVID.
15, 16. Okay, you go back pre-COVID, and where was it? 23.
Mm-hmm.
And you go back years before COVID, and where was it? 15, 14. And that in itself isn't bad or good. It just is a thing.
Mm-hmm.
But what you want determines whether or not it's bad or good. And I know the conversations we were hearing in 2018 and 2019 around how
Mm-hmm.
great it is and how it's going to be blah blah blah. But I don't know how many of those people actually acted like they actually thought that it would be like in 2018. How many 2018, 2019? How many people bought with Cinco and acted like they thought it was as great as they said it was? Because those people are looking at 100% profit now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not counting the dividends along the way, which again goes back to what I say, how I determine if you actually what you actually think of as opportunity and if you actually believe it.
Right?
Yeah, man. Because how many of those Trans Jamaica people who were very clear in 2024 that Trans Jamaica is where I knew it all along, how many of them bought Trans Jamaica heavily in 2021 or 2022? Heavily.
Mm-hmm. I can
Very,
tell
very, very,
you,
very few.
I saw a lot of people had it from IPO and it was stagnant in
Of
the
course.
and it was a pain point.
Mm-hmm.
It was
I don't look at it on my portfolio anymore.
uh-huh.
I just close it up. But
I
no, it's the only thing people look at the portfolio.
it's
Good
going to
people.
be thing there, but in the time for the goal you have right now, I don't think that thing
Mm-hmm.
is the thing you want it for you. At some point it will, but you tell me in 2021 you want a 1 year goal for this great percentage gain. Transfer might not be the thing. You sit down, you watch it in your portfolio because I already have it. You wouldn't buy it again. You wouldn't buy it more because
You,
it's
you,
disappointing for
you
you.
couldn't convince them to buy more.
Me.
I know that because I ask enough people and I say, well, what ways that there are many trans Jamaicans out there, many Wissicans who can even use trans Jamaica. I'll go back to the analogy. I use a truck or the truck that's picking up all these dirty bits of coal from all over, packing the truck, packing in pockets. You're like, why would you do that? Well, if you knew that every single bit of coal that you pick up, when you carry it to that factory, they will turn it into a diamond for you. You would get as much coal as you can. If you believe that truly, you'd be getting as much, you'd be acting like that person, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's how I know that the very few people believed in Trans Jamaica in 2020 or 2020. Well, maybe 2020 was IPO, was IPO was also COVID. In 2021, very few people believed in Trans Jamaica because in 2021, not many people were buying it at $1.31, right? 120. And I don't mean like a one buy. I mean, if you knew for a fact in October 2021, September 27, 2021, Trans Jamaica was $1.25. If you knew for a fact that that would be more than 300% higher, that would more than triple over the next 4 years, you would be buying it like crazy. But even if you didn't know for a fact, if
If
you
you had a
truly
conviction,
believe,
did you
yeah,
truly
man,
believe
if you
that?
truly believe it,
It would be the
you'd
next
have
step.
acted that
Couldn't
way.
convince them to not buy it.
Exactly. But very, 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 very few people are like that.
Mm-hmm.
Very few people are like that. And the people who are like that are the people who make the most on the market. But the truth is you don't have to be like that to make the most. You don't have to make the most. You can make a nice amount, you can make your
Mm-hmm.
pension without being like that. But the secret is, at least the secret secret quote unquote, as I see it now, is to look at your own actions and actually own up to them and answer them and say, yo, what do I believe? Like, do I really believe this? Do I really believe this will happen? Why do I believe it would happen? If you really believe it, why am I not buying more?
Mm-hmm.
Are you
And I
spending
know
on other stocks if this is the
that's
winner?
you know, I think I get a whole heap of the amount of messages I get about last week about not the lady's name, but the lady was talking to us about her dividends. Um, like she really got some people going. She got other people like inspired. People really love dividends, and the people that she got going, well, the people who were paying attention to like the numbers behind it and looking at the like going, no wait, I think she said one of the things that she's making off, was it Cygnus or was it
Yes.
Carreras? I think her Carrera she said was 9%
I
the
believe so.
yield.
I believe so.
Yeah, and I believe she had a nice enough amount. I don't know why I had that in my mind. She had a nice enough amount in comparison to the rest of her portfolio. So then the question is like, why don't you just adding on to that
Mm-hmm.
versus because she's looking for dividend yield. If you're doing the yield game, if you're looking for actual yield, why the thing that's dropping at 9% on you, why wouldn't you put more in that? Yes, you're going to have a lower percentage that you're getting from it, but look at what the cash amount is that's coming to you by adding to it. Look at what happens if you start reinvesting those 9% dividends,
Mm-hmm.
like what it actually looks like for you. Um, and then bring that into every other decision. Oh, this thing look good. Oh, this company having a blah blah blah. Should I put my money in that, or should I get X more on
Well,
dividends?
yep.
Yeah, that is where if it's one gem, another gem you can take from tonight. It's like the doing of that is a portfolio changing experience, and it turns you into somebody driving what looks like a garbage truck. But like I said at the start, the garbage business is a strange business because your supplier pays you to come and get the supplies.
Yep.
Yeah, and everybody generates it. I said very few. I don't think there's any business that there's no business that touches everybody that is a poor line of business.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, LVMH sell clothes amongst other things. Everybody wear clothes.
Yep.
It's illegal to not wear clothes. That's how good it is, right? Insurance, it's illegal to drive a car without insurance.
Yep. You must see me.
Yeah, food. Like we think of GK, and when you think of GK household name, what's the first thing people think of? Food. Grace. They don't say Grace Kennedy, Grace Kitchens, right? It's like it's those things that touch everybody are multi-billion-dollar businesses everywhere. There's nobody that controls trash in any country is poor.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because they know that it's gold, it just looks like trash. And then you take that analogy, you put on the stock market, and you think of the stock that you're in that you love. That boy, I'm not sell it because of this very, very rare. Or you believe it, if you really believe it, why you're not selling the rest and putting into it? I know that's one of the things you always said that night about,
Why
the J
believe
trade
it?
off empty.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah, the J trade off empty.
That's it.
Love when you
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. And she's out. What was she saying about the not the buying is believing that you said a while ago. There's something about oh, how you don't have no. You said it actually said it last week, Shay. Like you say, oh, you don't have no money, no dry powder for the play, but you're in stocks you don't like.
Yeah,
That.
basically.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Just if you want to do the play, if you really want to do it and you really see the opportunity there, why are
Hmm.
you wasting time sitting in other things?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Just asking yourself that is where so much happens, Just looking at it and saying, oh, like that question. If you ask yourself that question, it almost immediately just answers it.
Hmm.
Mhm.
It's the point of accountability. It's oh well, I can't say this and real this, you know. It's when they task don't match your actions and you have to see it.
Well, no, you don't have to see it.
Oh, that's
You
me.
don't.
No.
But talking about
You
me, you're right.
you don't have to see it.
Mm.
If
You're
you
very
don't
right.
have to see. Think about it. You don't have to see it. You can lie to yourself. And in the like I said it last week. I'll say it forever. The the market is an annoying place because it cannot be wrong. And the more honest you are about the reality of the market,
Mm-hmm.
not what you think it is, good or bad or ugly, but the
Mhm.
more honest you are about the reality of the market, is the better the stock market rewards you.
Mm-hmm.
The better the
Mhm.
understanding of it is.
Yep.
Oftentimes we think of it something a certain way. We think something's supposed to happen. We think it's supposed to work a certain way, and when it don't happen, you can cuss and get vexed, or you can say, "Yeah, what am I supposed to do?" You say, "At this point, I have to learn." No, you don't have to learn. You can just keep blaming the market because also, how many people in the space are going to say, "No, you shouldn't do that." No, that don't make sense. Think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Dividend conversations happen with no mention of yield, no real yield conversations.
Yep.
Fund conversations happen with no real mention of returns.
Mm-hmm.
Market conversations happen from the perspective of the companies on the market, not the retail, not the people putting the money into the market. From top to bottom, it happens. It's not often that anybody says what the reality is and sticks to it and and say, "Oh no, it don't work that way." Or you can say it work that way, but
But I just
it
thought
don't work that
everybody
way.
right.
Huh?
It starts feeling like a place where the conversation becomes, hey, yeah, you say let's kumbaya. Everybody must
Yeah.
be right. Everybody's
Everybody's right.
we can say we can say two opposing things, but
We're both
somehow
right.
both right.
Yeah. And if it don't work out, if it work my way and it don't work your way, it's not because I was right, it's because the market is irrational.
Yes.
That's how
Yep.
things go. Yeah. And then if it work your way, it don't work my way, the market is irrational.
Mm-hmm.
Which markets are irrational, but but that's how they work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the more honest you are with yourself is the better it is. And the nature of opportunity is in understanding that. Then when you bring it to the market, things suddenly become extremely attractive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Dr. King was my econ lecturer. And one of the things he said often was one of the principles of econ, first year econ. I really like that class because of how
mhm.
he thought about I think after that very applicable in the market. And it was people are irrational. But people are rational don't mean what you think it means. It doesn't mean they act based on what you think is what I over here think is the best way for people to act. It's not on the basis of this works out best for everybody. It's
Yeah,
people do things in accordance with what they perceive to be the best for them. So in the moment when people make a decision, because of everything else in their understanding around it, they will think, yeah, man, that's the right thing to do. Sometimes they're just wrong. But it's not that they're irrational when they're doing the thing. It's just that maybe they couldn't see limited information or something.
or people act in ways that benefit them,
Mm-hmm. And
but not.
sometimes the benefit is perceived benefit. It's not
Well,
that
it's almost always perceived. It's
it's
always
yeah,
perceived
you're
benefit.
right. It's always perceived benefit.
Mhm.
It's never going to be, oh yeah, man. Eh, If I'm not good at analogies. Yeah, but just that. It's perceived benefit. It's always perceived. You
Mhm.
can get somebody to see it. You can get somebody to see a thing they can't see. But if they can't see, then they're never going to act with that in mind. They're going to suddenly, develop this sixth sense and can see this thing and everything work out how I see it on
Sometimes,
my side because I can see more. It don't work like
sometimes they, sometimes they will. Sometimes it's dangerous to make people see. Sometimes people get angry for you forcing them to see.
Yes.
Like
Because
I didn't
change
want to see it, yeah. And that's why I said, of course they don't have to take responsibility. They can blame you.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, lots of people know this. Yeah, the this guy, I was gonna do a really good analogy, but it's I don't want to do that kind of analogy. But people don't see certain things, and sometimes when you force them to see it, they'll get angry with you for
Probably.
forcing them to see it rather than the thing itself.
Yep. Because I
Yeah,
wanted people. Yo, you
I
know,
spent all this time building this bubble. How
you
dare you?
when you think that he will be in your past or whatever point maybe happening now, it doesn't matter. You vex with somebody, you're a girl vex, and turns out you did wrong, right? But
Oh, every
because
time.
you did vex and I don't cuss already, bro.
Oh,
You can't run again, you know. I'm not gonna sit down on the point and you're gonna twist the word and feet, right? And I'm going to hold that anger. I don't want my anger to be solved. I don't want to fix the situation. I just want, at the end of the day, I want this argument. That's and people bring that into a lot of things.
yes, they do. There's a lot of jokes behind that I want to make.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, I'll vex with the person for make you stop vex. Sometimes you're like, oh, yo, like, and the solution, whatever is presented, and, oh, wait, you know?
Um,
You want to hold on to that feeling because righteous anger, I guess.
yeah, well, I get you. I get you. Well, no, I don't get. I know that thing, but I try not to do it. I
And I
don't think I have it happen. No, I
maybe
certainly
no,
have it.
I think I've let go a lot of that, but I understand the feeling. I think that translates more
Yeah.
than just relationships. I think I translate in a lot of people's life. They don't want. You can't test somebody on something they're doing, and
Mhm.
immediate distance.
Yeah, yeah. It's Jesus Christ. He's right, or
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ. She's right.
Or worse, I was wrong.
Yeah, but you see that I'd rather say, I don't want to do it, and then I'd rather be angry and leave because God, the worst person in the world to me, just made a really great point.
Really, yeah.
And then it shows itself in the market that way. And again, like I said, people are not rational, so they'll respond irrationally.
Mm-hmm.
And so we've had this conversation before here where I say, yo, you don't want them to. I almost don't try to stand in front of that truck anymore. I used to back in the day, but now when I see it, I understand. I try to understand it. I try to understand where the person coming from. Is it that they're like, oh wow, I didn't understand this before. I know you made me see it. It's kind of blowing my mind, or oh wow, I was wrong, or you were right,
Mm-hmm.
and you are so obviously right that my response to you cannot even make it seem like you're wrong, but I can hear you. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's not what you said, it's your tone.
Yep.
Right? I have to come with something because it was what I said earlier. But know that what you said was wrong. It has to be you.
Mm-hmm.
But that will kill your portfolio. That will murder your portfolio. That really will kill your portfolio.
And that the people turn that lens on the market in many ways, and one of them I
Hmm.
say is this stock is only good for this moment. I want to if I sell this stock, I must never be buying it again because then why did I sell it back in the past? You can
Because it's never good.
you're not thinking about the returns you're making this time. Or it's why did I sell it? Yeah, because like, when you try explain if you break it down properly, then very quickly certain things will become obvious to me. Like I sell this thing because I don't really expect it to be more than stagnant for the next 2 years, or I don't expect to get a lot of returns from it.
Sorry, hold on again. Then I get you say you're saying that, but I don't know if that's why people say. Hold on, though. We've been talking. I've been saying people should come on and join. I see a couple of people have joined. I'll
Uh,
go with Duffy, Saint Duffy first. Duffy, who has been patiently waiting, was just shoving around like she have to say something. What's up, Duffy? You can hear us?
what's up, Duffy?
Oh, well, no, I was saying, to answer the question about why sit in something that you don't like and you see the opportunity.
Mm,
Well, because you're afraid of failure, because that's what happened with me. I had a SVL play that I wasn't satisfied with, so I left it for the big hype Fontana play, and the Fontana play didn't give me as much as I predicted. So why I'm not leaving Fontana right now is because I am annoyed. I am annoyed. That's it. I'm annoyed, and I haven't done any more revisiting or reworking or rereading or looking more into it just yet. Which I know eventually I'll have to do if I want to be serious about getting back my money. But I'm still in it for now, just hoping and praying that the Fenty hype will give me the return that I want. So that's
So hold
literally
on.
it.
But okay, there's so many things in that. So the Fenty hype, assuming
Oh, I'm
because
not hearing.
uh, sorry, I don't know if you guys hear me. Did I hear me?
I'm hearing you. Hear me?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Yeah, man, I'm hearing you fine. And I was hearing Duffy. I don't know what Duffy meant. I don't know what Duffy meant. She wasn't hearing us. But
Something chipped out,
are you hearing
and I
me?
can hear myself in the background like an echo.
But I don't know what it is.
But it's fine.
I don't know if it's fine. Can you hear me, Duffy?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, fine, cool. I don't know. I don't know what maybe if you're watching us also and listening to us.
No, man,
But
it's just my phone.
okay, well,
Maybe my phone just that clean.
maybe. Well, there's like two or three things what you said. The first thing is that you say, boy, you're so vexed with the Fontana play that you don't want to come out of it. Not that you don't
I
want to
mean,
come out of it.
when I got I got a profit
Okay,
during the time frame that I expected a profit from the Fontana play, but it is not the amount that I had
It's on.
wanted, so
Uh,
I did not sell it.
okay. So what happened if Fontana drops 20% next week?
If Fontana drops 20% next week,
Yeah.
why would you ask me that? I don't know.
because
Yeah, we didn't have to talk about it.
uh,
We
that, that,
didn't
that,
have to we didn't have to talk about it.
that's to me that's the reality of investing. Like sometimes you just don't get. Sometimes you get less than what you want. Sometimes you don't like don't work out. But the thing you're saying to me right now is, I identified a time period where I should be making this investment, and then now I'm beyond this time period, but I'm still in the investment.
And I also got what I want, or at least I got
I
part
got
of what
some
I wanted.
so you identified a point where a period of profitability for that investment, and then you say, let me stick for the uncertainty beyond this time period.
Hmm.
Like so, are you as informed? Like so sometimes you reach up and you can get up and say to yourself, all right, what happens when I stay here? You start making you start looking really at say Fontana in this case and saying, all right, within the next XYZ time, I think this is gonna work. At least this is gonna happen, and I can make XYZ return from it. So it's no longer uncertain what's happening for that period for you. Are you in that position right now? Are you invested in Fontana while having a clear view of what you expect from being in Fontana?
No, because
So to
I
me, danger
I
zone.
thought I thought only up to the point of if okay, I know you're supposed to have the what if it works out and what if it doesn't work out.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Because
And
I got
what
the
if it
in
partially
between,
work out?
Yeah, what
huh?
if part they work
No,
out?
but there's also what if it partially work out, and what was the thing that you're
That's the thing. I didn't work through the in between of what if it
doesn't work
partially
out?
worked out. So I was expecting a bigger profit margin and got a smaller profit margin and just never bother.
Mhm.
And
But
then
you
I
weren't
haven't really
See,
promised you weren't promised
you're,
any profit.
the, the,
huh?
the, the
You
taxi,
weren't.
the taxi
Sorry,
price stop.
say that again,
Huh?
Danny. I think maybe our voice is
The
overlapping.
taxi price stop. You were going to Sovereign, then take a turn at Hope Road and you never get off and walk up. Yeah, you take a turn at Hope Road and you never get off the taxi and go Sovereign. Find a next taxi go where you need to go. You say, yo, I'm going to stay in that taxi. It passed me stop. I thought it was going to go straight down, and it never actually goes straight down. But it's going a direction. I don't know where it's going, but I'm staying.
Because of Vix, because I didn't want to carry me go halfway through.
Never drive me all the way up.
Yeah. So I
Yeah, but
stayed in that vehicle.
I don't want to be in this thing where you keep jumping out, jumping out, jumping out, and then you start to get back to zero. is a bigger margin each time. I don't want to keep doing that.
I'm not even telling you what you should be doing here. I mean, after I'm saying you probably shouldn't be in it past the point where you actually expect something to happen, expect something where you have expectations around it for the better. Like if you don't, to me at this point, you're flying blind because I asked and you say, do you have any real expectations around Fontana will be doing for your money while your money is still in it? It's past the point of where you really have a plan. So
I
you're
don't, I don't, I get what
just
you're saying. I get what you're saying, but I personally not ready to take it out
Straight up.
until I know where I'm going to put it. Because
So,
I
what
mean,
one say?
okay, I mean,
Sorry.
having it
let me
stay in
share
the
advice,
stock
my boss.
runs the list, runs the risk of it, like as you say, losing more and dropping 20 next week and dropping whatever. But I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure if taking it out and just having it sit there in the trader account until I'm ready to put it into something is better than just leaving it in Fontana.
So you see that if you think of it along the same lines, right? Think of it along the same lines as we're saying. You don't know what your goal look like. You know the opportunity. You're not sure what the opportunity look like. So you're not sure what the threat to the opportunity looks like. Consider this. What you're saying is clear. Let's say you
Wait,
wanted
what
10. Hold
your
on.
and then I heard clear.
No
I
man,
heard what your and then clear.
what you are saying is an analogy here. You wanted $10 from something, right? And it only got to $8. And so because I wanted $10 from it, and I put so much energy into the planning and expecting it to give me $10, but it's only giving me $8. And I'm so angry that it hasn't given me, I'm so pissed off that it hasn't given me the $10. It's only give me 8 or 7. I'm not really coming out of it until I get my $10 because I also don't want to be going all over the place. However, I think you're ignoring one major aspect of the investment class that you're in. Stocks go up, but they also go down. You're saying that because I'm so angry that I didn't get the level of profit I wanted, I am willing to risk losing the little profit I got and also losing some of the initial money that I put in there simply because of my feelings around the number that the share price is.
Cash is a position. It's the state. If money is in cash, nothing happens to it but inflation. When the money is in a stock, it can go up and down, and inflation still happens, by the way.
Yeah.
So you you're saying to me, I'm keeping it in uncertain position, and I've not planned a path around that. I've not given myself any more certainty around that. I think you have two. To me, you have two options. Figure out what's going on with Fontana, and if that works for you and your money and your goals, be very objective about that because I know after times people do that, or they say they do that, and they end up staying with the stock that never work out for them. In reality, they're sticking because they never wanted to leave.
Well, I think it's in reality
Yeah,
because
I'm also, and I know you say you're not supposed to do this, but I'm also operating from the emotional point of my SVL play. The money that is currently in Fontana was in SVL, and because SVL wasn't moving as fast as I wanted it to, I took it out. But then SVL gave me not fully what I wanted, but it gave me some motion, not during my initial timeline, but way after. And then I don't want to be in that position of let me take it out of Fontana and then Fontana do what I want it to do. We
But
so
obviously to
with, with,
circumvent that,
with
I would
what
have to do proper
what
reading,
Granny
but
just said,
no, I don't know. Hold on. You see, you're making the second mistake. Pause. You're making the second mistake again. You said two things. You admit. You start off admitting that, oh, yeah, no, I shouldn't do this, but I throwing it on emotions, and I'm saying this. And then the second mistake you're making is, oh, also it requires proper reading to get out. Who told you that? You just decided that on your own that that's what it required. I read a lot.
you give yourself a moment.
no man, not to
No
not
amount of
to not to
reading.
exit, to put it into something else.
But we're
Because yes,
not talking about, hold on.
We're not
Think of
oh,
talking
it
you
as
just talking
two
about
different
exiting.
things.
Okay.
No, no, no. I never said I'm not talking about exiting. I'm not talking about the achieving of whatever you want. I'm talking about the
investment.
avoidance of the losing of what you have,
Mhm.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay.
right? It's like, it's again, I want, I want this bucket. I go into the well. I go into the standpipe up the road, and I want the bucket to give me 10 gallons of water. And I put the bucket there, and I only got 6 gallons of water. And so I don't care how hot the sun is. I'm sitting here with this bucket until I get 10 gallons of water, or until I figure out the next standpipe to go to, right? And while you're sitting there, it's evaporating. And while you're sitting there, it's evaporating. While it's sitting there, it's evaporating. And sometimes the water come out of the pipe and it go back up. Oh, see about it don't reach 10 yet, so I'm not moving, right? What if 10 minutes from now, some kids run up the road playing and they knock over the bucket and you've lost everything? And they also crack the bucket, so now you can't catch water. Not only have you lost the opportunity to get what you want, but you also lost some of what you came there with.
Yeah,
Why are
I
you
agree.
why would you want to put and keep at risk something simply because it didn't give you something that it never told you it was gonna give you? You decided it must give you it.
I look at
And
the
you got some of it too. You got some of it, but because you never get all right, may I stick with it. Right? I don't care if the bus going over the cliff. This bus say I want this bus to carry me to half a tree. So over the cliff is where we're going, because it's half a tree or a cliff.
Mhm.
That don't make sense to me, but I know that it's not, because I know I'm looking at it from how the thing works. I think you might have to maybe be clearer, Duffy, on how you think the thing works, because a major part of stocks is that they fluctuate in price, they fluctuate in value. So if you expect 10 and you only get 8, or you expect 10 and you only get 3, sitting there with a huff because it's just 3 will not save you from the 3 becoming 2. And best believe you're gonna miss that 3 when it becomes 2. And you think you miss it at 2, wait till it becomes 1. That's just the simple truth. Like that has nothing to do with necessarily Fontana itself. It
Not
has to do
no,
with
not to do with Fanta.
investing generally, just
Mhm.
across the board. Yeah, the nature of stocks is that it's not gonna stay where it is. All
For
right.
the
You
better or
want
the
to hear
worse.
something funny? There are people who benefited greatly when NCB went to 100 hard. All right. There are people who benefited greatly when NCB went to $30 the other day. You hear Shay laugh about it earlier. There are people who benefited from NCB last week to this week. There are people who benefited from NCB from this morning to this evening. Like that's just, there is just how it works, but you have to deal with the reality of the market, or you will suffer in the market. The market is a cold, unforgiving place, because your feelings really don't matter.
Mhm.
Because especially because what the market actually is a thing that is reflective of how we feel, not what we say, how we feel. So I said, boy, I love this area. So I felt very ashamed when I was selling all of the shares. But you sold all of the shares. That's what you actually did.
Mhm.
If I'm working off what you said, what you actually do might hurt me. But if I pay attention to how you actually act, because that reflects how you really feel, then I might find I will, maybe I don't find profit, but I will at least avoid a loss. I said this last week. I said the week before. I said any minute now I expect Trans Jamaica to do their consideration for a dividend, and you
Mhm.
might see a little uplift in the price. If I plan to buy Trans Jamaica, I would. I well, not even say if I would. Like I looked at it and I talk about it, and I look at it and I'm thinking, well, if I think in Trans Jamaica pension wise, why would I buy it now? Why would I just wait until a month and a half from now? Wait until after the dividend payment, or wait until after the record date. Why? Wait until after the dividend hype is done and people get more in touch with how they really feel,
Mm-hmm.
or even maybe some of them call it dividend and done and they want to sell some shares or whatever to catch, and then the price is probably gonna go down. So why would I buy it now? Why would I just wait and buy it then? Why? Because if I talk about Trans Jamaica, I have no ends of people tell me how great it is. That the toll road isn't going anywhere. It is. It's going to Mandeville. But anyway, it's going somewhere. But that it going somewhere isn't going somewhere and not going somewhere isn't linked to what you really want. What you really want is a whole heap of money. Since I mentioned Trans Jamaica, I feel what people in Trans Jamaica really want is a year and a half ago to be repeated. But it is very unlikely for a year and a half ago to be repeated for any time, any realistic time. You look at even a year ago. Yeah, remember I don't think talking when it jumped from $3 all the way up to $4. I'm talking about like I said, a year and a half ago carries us to like when it jumped. Wow, I can even go back further. A year and a half ago, going back to late 2023. It's going from 260 odd. Going from 260 odd when it hit 3 odd. When it started heading to 4. Wow. When it broke 4, wow. We want it again. Not considering that means it going from where it is now, right? It going from 366 now back up to 4 odd, back up to maybe even 5 odd because the stock can't rise if nobody don't sell, and the stock can't fall if nobody don't buy. And if people aren't interested in selling at certain prices or buying at certain prices, it won't happen.
All the best to you.
Yeah. So like it is. I hope what I just showed made sense to you guys, but that's like a real world example of how I would think about some of these decisions with my own timelines in mind. So like I said, if I'm thinking of trying to make anything about pension, if I'm not buying it, it's like why would I buy it now? I can buy it 6 weeks from now for cheaper, in my view, right? Or well, I'll leave it at that for that. But it literally is how it works because at the core of it is humans, and the best thing you can do is work out what opportunity means for you, and then suddenly, and what opportunity means for other people, not what I'm saying, what it really is, and suddenly the market becomes very lucrative because you see what people care about, you see how they act because it shows itself in that share price.
Mm-hmm.
And for your specific case, Duffy, I mean, do a session with Danai to hear exactly what you should do, but I just remind you that your stocks, they go up, but they go down. So staying in a stock because it gave you some of what you want, but not all of what you want, exposes you to the danger of losing more than you came there with, all because you're vexed. And I can assure you, is one thing I know Fontana share price don't have his feelings. I get it. So I hope that makes sense for you. Don't have to jump off, but I hope that makes sense for you. All right, just going in line. I try to remember. I think Judza. It was Judza and then Firmament. So Judza, what's up? What's up, teacher striker? Or I should say T striker. No.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Randy, Danai, and Shay. How are you all doing?
Good enough, boss. How everything on your side?
Very good.
As usual, it's always good. Very nice.
So if we go, so if we go.
All right. So I want to just jump in a little bit with what opportunity actually means to me and how I'm actually looking at the market and
Yeah.
and seeing it. So for me, when I look at opportunity, I think that opportunity most times in the market can be created, but you have to plan for it. It's not just ad hoc like that. For me, at times, my opportunity is always linked to my timing of something that I need. So it will
Mm-hmm.
determine how long I spend somewhere, what exactly I'm going to use to get there. Because like prior to now, as I learn, I get better. I think prior to now, I have looked and I've seen opportunities and I couldn't take advantage of them because I had no planning or around it. You understand? So what
Mm-hmm.
I do now is that I try to be deliberate and plan for these opportunities. So I analyze the stock. I try to understand them more. analyze the stock more, and also I do it on the other end where I analyze people and their behavior according to certain things. And when
Mm.
I look, when I put both of those, oh, and I also look at how the brokers play, and I try my best to put some of how the brokers play into it. And I'm learning that. Very new at that part, but I'm learning that. And when I do all of that now, I say, all right, this can be an opportunity for me to go wherever it is that I want. All right. So
Yes.
let me give you that makes sense, right?
You would really like what we teach at Advanced Girl and what we go through. You'd really, really like it. That's what I say. I know you've had some, I know you've been to some, but we've touched on like that in very real ways, and we have more of that to come too. So, but
All right.
yeah, what you say a real example of it. Let's hear it.
Right. So let me give you an example. What I find for me, my well, it doesn't even matter if it is for you, but it is for me. So I noticed,
Mm,
right? Apart from the end of quarters that everybody jump around, I noticed that certain times of the year there is a pulling out of money. People are in need of cash. Just certain times of the year for so whether it's an event, but I'm not gonna say what it is, but I know that coming
fire.
up shortly, coming up shortly, based on how I've analyzed certain things, people are
Yeah.
going to be in need of cash. So I have planned around this event this time.
Well, hold
And
on. Sorry. One, I don't think I said it here, but I think I said it in the girl group. You know, the secret thing don't save you, but like it's not a big secret. If it's gonna affect a bunch of people, there's only two things coming up that's going to affect a bunch of people.
well,
Elections are back to school.
definitely not in the stand. So let's move on.
So then it's back to school. But I'm sorry, you're under the impression that a lot of people are going to need money, so they're gonna sell a lot of shares to get cash.
Not yeah, some of it. Yes, some of it. Like, all right, let's use that one day. All right.
You
So
know a
for
lot of you know a lot of
Parents.
struggling parents who are in the stock market.
no, but not necessarily struggling parents, and it is not necessarily back to school. But we can look at that, for example, because
No, no, no. Tell us what it is then. No, I really want to hear what it is.
Mhm.
let me
Wait,
uh
you don't want to say what it is?
no, I
If
just
I
want to
guess what
show
it is, will
you
you
how I
confirm
feel.
it?
No, I just want to show you how I think about it and how
I
I'm getting.
know, but no, this is exciting for me, so I really want to get. All right, I think I know what it is, but go ahead. Go ahead. I think I know what it is, but go ahead and then I'll say it at the end.
Right. So as I've said before, so I look at certain things and try to figure out what happens here and see if I can take advantage of what is happening and create
Mm-hmm.
my opportunity there. All right. So
Mm-hmm.
whilst I'm waiting now for this opportunity to present itself, I'm almost sure that it is coming. I
Mm-hmm.
have some things that I can do. One of the things that I think it was Shay said before, if I look in my portfolio and I see something that is dead or half dead or not
Mm-hmm.
taking me where I wanted it to go, I'm going to sell almost at cost. Or I do have a 10% loss that I can hit at. So if I see it within that 10%, I say, all right, and I get out of that. So whilst
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking now, since the eventuality of no is the opportunity for NCB, not only
I'm trying to load it while you speak.
not only NCB. So, but whilst I'm waiting, there comes NCB, which we play daily. Well, Barry played it twice for the day, so I can say I played daily, or sometimes twice. But
I don't know. Sorry, you work out today? How you know that that how you know how people are playing?
people tweet, all right. But I'm saying, but
Okay.
anyway, people are
Work
playing.
out today.
But for for me, I look on it and I say to myself, what if NCB is not my opportunity, my big play? What if all these everybody else wants NCB because everybody said, oh, by no time at all it's gonna be double and you can hear it, you can feel it, and You see the amount that is being traded.
Who said that?
I'm seeing it.
No,
Between
who says that though? Who says that?
like people in the different groups. And then
How many of them actually buying any?
so, well, it's retail, but I don't know if they're actually buying it, but they're actually saying it. And
Yeah,
then
man,
you
talk
can
is cheap. What did I say earlier about what people say versus what they do?
right, that is true too.
Uh-huh.
But even so, a lot of trading happens across NCB. So
That
I'm
is
saying,
true.
you know what I want to know, Randy? I'm
Hmm.
saying to myself, where exactly does this money come from? So this is the part that I'm trying to figure out. Where exactly is this? Where was the money before that
What
people
money?
are using to trade? And that is for me what I'm trying to figure out. So I said to myself, is it that they are going to know that dividends are declared and the earnings for NCB seems to be positive. And they're going to be pulling money from other places now to put in NCB because they are waiting on it to just shoot back up to a 50 or a $55 or something like that. So if that is the case, then probably for me, other stocks will be my opportunity. So for example, let's use a random stock. I wanted
Random.
it's just a random stock. I
I'm
wanted
sure. I'm sure.
more of a carb cement.
No, that's so random.
So random. That has that big iceberg right there at $85. But I wanted more of carb cement. And I will now say, all right, let's see where would I want carb cement. And then I realize now that people are now taking money from that random stock, any random stock, to put it anywhere, hopefully in NCB, whatever. But now my opportunity comes now that I now get carb cement at the price that I wanted it at. You understand? So whilst other people opportunity may be NCB, I'm just looking at it also to say by them moving money around, my opportunity can now be in something else that they have moved the money from. So opportunity presents itself in different ways and in different stocks for different people based on what it is they want and how it is they view the stocks that they actually want. Opportunity.
Um,
So just finishing off by saying,
mhm.
opportunity for this week was fantastic. I hope everybody had a chance to get in on some of the opportunity. As I saw somebody tweeted, I think it was today or yesterday, you wanted to, is it rude to ask CEO about whatever? And I hearing Duffy saying the same thing again, because it's all that it matters, all that I'm hearing is feelings and emotions. Money is money and nobody cares about the feeling. Just money is just money. So you wanna ask about the money, ask about. You wanna talk about. You wanna if the Fenty hike did not live up, take it out and go somewhere else where you know that you are sure of it. But opportunities are out there. So I'm just gonna say for this week we had opportunities in a lot of stuff outside of NCB. So I'm just gonna say two of them. That RPL play was so very beautiful. That
Mhm.
SOS play was also, well, for me, also very, very beautiful. So
Uh,
opportunities are out there in different vehicles. Just
RPL
as
and what was the other one?
is like everybody know what you're talking about.
What's the other one? You said RPL and what?
SOS.
SOS. Then Daniel was saying that, yeah, you should maybe explain
The
what you
play.
said that.
Yeah, she spoke about he speak about the plays as if everybody know what you're talking about. I promise you, a lot of people have not been looking at SOS. So what's the SOS play?
Yeah, I wondered if Teacher Striker last name is big enough. Cause I mean, it is this is so this is so deja vuish. Teacher Striker, yeah, pick one. SOS or RPL. Explain how you knew you said these
He
plays
plays.
this week.
It was actually what actually happened this week for them.
oh,
Oh, it was beautiful.
for me, I saw an opportunity when SOS was at $1.55.
Okay.
What I'm doing, I want to compound some money for a bigger play. So that is why I'm flipping it, so that I can put it somewhere else in a pension fund, right?
Hey, you don't have
So
to tell me nothing, it's your money.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but I just
Yeah.
I
You're
don't
giving
talk, I
context, yeah, man.
talk, to say no, I don't talk. But
You're
just
giving
so that,
context, yeah, man.
right, yeah. So I saw it there, and it went to was it $1.72 that was at, and RPL was at from I think I'd made that play. That was a long term play, a longer term play. I think I got that at $1.60. No, yeah, $1.62 or 3 about 2 weeks or so ago, and I sold at $4.23 or $4.20, somewhere around there.
Wait.
Sorry,
Uh,
RPL got at what?
That,
one RPL $3.
oh,
Sorry, $3.68.
okay.
Three
Uh-huh.
sixty eight, and I sold it at $4.23. It was or 20, $4.20 or $4.23.
I
Uh,
usually don't ask this. But I will ask. How do you get it at 363? You
three
got at the 29th of July.
368.
368,
Um,
yeah.
how did I get it?
As
Oh, you
in,
mean?
I obviously I know how you got it. You bought it. But is it that I don't like asking this stuff on BrickTalk. You just have an order sitting in the queue waiting.
I just analyzed the queue and I had an order for it. Yes.
Okay, you had an order waiting, yeah.
Mhm.
Because
Yes, I had.
for me, well,
And yeah, it's a difficult stock. RPL, not
not
the easy.
really.
Well, for me,
Not
well, you
really.
are the pro. You are the pro for me.
Well, that's what you said, but I am not the pro for me. Um, I guess it's never the person doing it is it look easy when I talk about it. It don't look that way from my POV.
Mm,
It
yeah.
is it is. I mean, if I'm doing a thing, I don't think it's not the most difficult play in the world, but
Mhm.
for you to catch it at that price on that date would require something. But I think I know what it is, and I don't. I leave it where it is. I leave it where it is. I think it's good that you got it on that date, the 29th, and then you say you'd have sold it. So you sold it by 2 days later, right? The 31st.
Listen, I sold it on J Trader. That's a different thing. J Trader
Yeah,
had
yeah.
the
No,
back.
but no, sorry, on July 31st. I mean,
Yes, yes.
yeah, man,
July
that's when you sold it. Yeah.
telling
It's
you
not the
already.
most difficult play. It's actually one of the easiest plays on the market. Those four.
Okay, well, I just said it was an opportunity for me. I I saw it as an opportunity.
I
So in
know,
other
and that's good. That's good. Don't get me wrong. Listen, nobody's saying that you have to go kill off yourself. Making the money easier is probably one of the best things ever. Like, I'm not gonna tell anybody that they should do it the hard way. And by the way, we're talking about easy hard. I'm talking about like at the level where you play, not
Not for
overall easy hard. This is like you never go out and dig up the ground. I'm sure you went to work between those 3 days. And yeah, it's a great thing. Like you're a striker, so yeah, I love it. You made more money within those 3 days than most bonds given in a year.
yep.
oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. It was nice. It was very nice. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. The summer has been great. The summer
Yeah,
has been great, and that is
well,
why I actually like the opportunity. This entire topic, as Ghana is on fire since it started. I mean, the whole interaction, the talking, the discourse has been really good with both Randy Shea and Donat, Randy and Shea along with Donat. It has been very good. Because opportunity, for me, you just have to ensure that you are not pessimistic. What I find out there, some of the groups like they are the Telegram groups, they are overall pessimistic, or just if you look at Twitter sometimes, you'll think that the sky is still falling, that sort of thing, and there is no rainbow anywhere, you know. But I mean, even if you want to sit in an NCB play, everybody is doing the NCB play, but
Everybody.
yeah,
NCB play, get out of it, do it again, get out of it, do it again, get out of it. I mean, just rinse and repeat it, and whatever your long term goal is, whether to put it somewhere else or just to make some money to fund whatever is coming up next for you. Might be you having a baby, might be you having building a house, buying a house, whatever it is. Just be
buying a
pessimistic.
baby house.
Not be pessimistic. Just look at the opportunity and say, I can do this. and the market is going to work for me. And as Shay said, leave, just say what, be honest with yourself, because a lot of times we're just not honest with ourselves. So if you're just going there to flip something today, oh, I'm just going there to flip something today, and that is just the honesty of it. You know, you know, just be real. The market is there. A lot of opportunities are there.
Every day. I agree with you on that. I also just point out that uh, one, I don't know what to say. 'Cause one, I always love hearing you talk about that stuff. Two, people, it is as easy as she's making it sound. Three, she's not giving advice. Four, easy for you because of how you view it. You hear how you talk, striker. You hear how you say, like you're going to it with a plan and you're looking at it and you started out talking about, but all right, I know I have a 10% down. That like you already map out your plays certain ways with
Mm.
your danger points and all of that.
And more, she's mapped out what she wants. She defined
Mhm,
it. You know, she defined opportunity for her. She knows she knows what she wants and what she's looking for specifically in the market. I can give her what
mhm.
that's not everybody. That's mostly that's most people are not there.
Most people are not there. Most people are not there, and even the people that are there aren't there every day. As well, maybe I was speaking for myself, but it's difficult to be there. But it's not really difficult. It's like one of those psychological things. So I wonder why. Is that why you're staying quiet, Shay? Because it's like so well within your wheelhouse. It just occurred to me that like it's like it's for work for you is different. So no, sorry, you muted. Or you're not muted. Well, you're not showing as muted here, but we're not hearing you. No, we're still not hearing you. Try to jump off and jump back on trick. Why I did that though. I'll just explain what I'll say to Danai. Danai, I was thinking that maybe it just occurred to me that like because she's a psychologist, is like this might be like her day to day stuff. Why is she being so careful with it, Because it's almost all psychological.
Yeah,
Which was
yeah,
what Yard I
yeah.
just was reading Yard was saying the same thing. It's almost all psychological. It's like it's crazily psychological. The difference between profit and loss. And profit and loss might be making a mistake like what Duffy mentioned earlier, or what I would think might be a mistake, which is a mistake any of us can make.
The
Or
thing
anything that happen,
I find it interesting that
I'm just stop.
that is hardly spoken about. Almost like I said hardly. I mean, like everybody's favorite guys. They speak about God,
Hmm.
but then they're the people who they are the favorites of don't speak about him.
I don't know. So Shay's back now. Shay, you can hear us?
So
All
everybody
right.
okay, one.
So the thing is that this whole time I've been trying to speak
Oh
from when
wow.
Duffy was on.
My God.
Yes.
Shay, you message me or something
Yeah.
that happened because I've been
I
wanting to hear your thoughts on this because I know this is your thing.
yeah. I didn't realize that you guys could not hear me. But
Ja.
I
What do you
want
think?
one thing I noticed as Duffy was speaking was that he was focusing on companies. He was focusing on companies and not on our money. And
Yes.
that's one
Mm,
thing that I it would be good for her to address, because it's not about any company.
Mm-hmm.
It's just about your
sure.
money.
Yeah,
And
true.
if you can get to that point where you don't care about the company, like this one didn't give it to me, okay, then somebody else will,
Mm-hmm.
another one will. When it becomes
Yeah.
just about your money and what you want from your money or for your money, then the companies just become tools. They're just
Mm-hmm.
tools.
And there, the moment she cripples herself, where she doesn't want to move anymore, it's I'm not assessing what went wrong with this one time. I wanted more, I didn't. There's no why around that. It just becomes why. Okay, I'm here. I guess I'll stay here.
Mhm. But also it's 100% my area, and I get it. I get it. That's a very common, very, very. understandable response to loss.
Mm-hmm.
But the only way you get better at investing and the only way you recover is by moving past that, by pushing past that discomfort,
Mm-hmm.
um and moving on to something else that works better. It's not about any company.
Yeah,
It's,
I
it's
would
not about it's not, it's really just about what the company can do for you. If it's working, great. If it's not, then it's another one you need.
is there even like an identification that, how do I say this best? You How do I say this best? You look at it, boy, Fontana didn't work out, but I'm not where I'm still in Fontana. So like, are we? What are we?
I get, it's kind of like financial avoidance,
Yeah,
basically. It's avoidance. It's
yeah, yeah.
avoidance.
Yeah. I think it's
And a lot of people struggle with that. It's not just her. Um,
very common.
I know that a lot of people are holding all that stock that shall not be named, and they've been holding it for years. Or like today, that exchange on Twitter about,
Didn't see it.
and I was saying, well, yeah, what basically somebody was saying, oh, the portfolio dropped down to nothing, and and this is something that I've seen over and over. People have said, you saw it coming down. Why
Yes.
didn't you do something? If it was hurting you that it was coming down, why didn't you do something to stop the loss? Or I don't know. Even if you
Right.
don't find
Yeah.
something to
People.
recover your money at the same time, or even ever or whatever, at least save what you have left.
I think that's the thing there. That's strong on the avoidance point. Like I think all
Mm-hmm.
people they they stop at the point. So it went down a little bit. So they start holding their breath. They hope it goes back up, and it can. And I think that's a big problem. So it can
Mm-hmm.
actually, but there's no injection of, oh yo, what do I actually think is going to happen? It's so it's
Yeah.
moved outside of my expectations, and then I
Mm-hmm.
one say, all right, cool, why, and what do I think happens next? Does it work in my favor to stay here? It's strong on the hope point, and then
Mm-hmm.
I hope it, because it really when this, a lot of people also have this thing where it's a strong expectation that the thing just walks up. There's no up down in between my end and the data about it. It must just nice smooth graph all the way up. If it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't do that, I'm losing my mind every time it goes up. It comes back down. I don't know what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Goes down, freak out. It goes back up. All right, cool. It's going back where I want it. It goes down. It's like every time it goes down, it's that keep hoping. Boy, I really want
Mm-hmm.
it. Keep go back up, and no assessment beyond that. And then people have the thing like the same Duffy said. It stopped doing the thing I expected it, and I'm not going to get up and say to myself, "No, all right, cool. Maybe I getting out of this thing now, down already." I was going to have that conversation. It's what we lost money on.
Starting capital, man.
What?
And
Yeah.
that's how I look at it. So all the stocks I see people complaining about on Twitter, I've owned them at some point.
Mm-hmm.
I've owned them. I've owned them at some point. Um,
It's
and
why
there have been times
a trans
when
was was not everybody's favorite stock at that point.
that is true. I remember when I sold what's it called? MFS, and I I sold at a loss. It wasn't the worst loss. I mean, it was bad. It was probably like 20% loss.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had to find a way to get back my money because I wanted it back.
Mm-hmm.
But if I had stayed in there until now, boy, I would have
Where?
stressed out. Like seriously stressed right out.
Mm-hmm.
Um So in my mind, it better I just take whatever little I have and use it as capital to get
I
more
think
or to build back to my
you're
starting point.
you're also very strong on the same point I mentioned with teacher. You
Mm-hmm.
know what opportunity looks like for you, and you have a plan of action around that, and you also know what you're willing to take. Like some people just I don't know. In the case where it doesn't work out, I don't have a plan around how much not working out I can manage, and
Mm-hmm.
I'll just make everything blow up at that point. I'll just stop. I'm done. And whatever happens to me, and I'll keep feeling worse about the situation. And
Mm-hmm.
the thing Duffy mentioned very strong too. She moved from some people move from loss to loss, and I was it. But you can look at Duffy said she went to SVL, she got money, but not what she wanted, and
Mm-hmm.
still Fontana, and it's not what she wanted, and that alone made her give up. She had two positive outcomes, and
It wasn't even a fail. Not really.
you ended up with more money than you started with, and that was it
Mm-hmm.
for you to say, I'm afraid to move now. Imagine she made two losses, and
Yeah.
people really think if I had a conversation like last week, the client, and
Mm-hmm.
just the rocky nature of things. It's sometimes it don't work out. The play you make doesn't work out. That doesn't mean like, they do the past mean the future. So if things work out this time, then I'm on the right path. If things have to keep working out continuously, it's not the net at the end of the day profit that you make. It's if
Mm-hmm.
too much adversity on that path, I'm gonna stop walking. It's not boy, okay, I want to make 300% in 10 years, but I cannot be 20% down within that time.
Mm-hmm.
Like that hit a lot of people, and I've seen it, and yeah, so.
I get it. I get it though.
Mm-hmm.
Because especially if you are a high achiever in other areas of your life, and this one area, boy, the stocks thing, General Star,
Yeah,
everything else work out, and the stocks thing, boy, I don't know. It
yeah.
just not working for me, or it's not working as well as
What I want.
the other things I'm doing or the other things I'm trying. And we can get wrapped up in trying to live up to other people's
Mm-hmm.
standards as well, because just because somebody else can make the 20% with one stock, maybe that's not something
That's
that
not what
you are able to do
I
right now.
it also.
Maybe you have to make the 20% in three
Mm-hmm.
plays, in four plays.
Nobody's forcing you to make it in one go.
Nobody not gonna beat you. It's
Yep.
okay. Well, we are big people. It'll be all right if you pull your money and do something else with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's your money. It's
I,
cool.
it's part of why I talk about risk so much, because a big part of it is how I see things versus how people see things generally. And people,
Mm-hmm.
somebody asked you that uh, the way me and Randy see things is not necessarily the way a lot of people see things. People think of things in a very deterministic way. If it absolutes, this must go so, and I don't want to entertain any possibility of variability. It has to go this way, and
Mm-hmm.
single time it must go this way. And I think generally people are put on very linear paths in life. So when things don't really work out in that same way, then boy, and I love the stock market for how it works in that way. It doesn't work like that. It is truly uncertainty, and you're working around that. You're trying to straighten the curve as much as possible. So things can go up, down, whatever. But what you're trying to do is know as much things as you can around this thing, so you can predict it as best as possible. And even sometimes as best as
I
possible
think
is just what you think it is. It'll
also
work out that way.
one of the most important things are qualities in successful investing.
Mm-hmm.
Successful investors. Uh, it's from one of my favorite shows, but it applies here. Infinite capacity. for taking pains.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how many times the play doesn't work or whatever, you go back and you see, okay, well, what did I do wrong here? Yes, you review it, but you don't stop investing.
Mm-hmm. People,
You don't stop investing.
uh-huh.
You keep doing it.
As I always say, you can't help but invest, It's just you have to choose. Is it being more mindful about where you invest? If your money under
Hmm.
invested at 0%, it's invested at the cost of inflation.
And understand that if you want to buy some boring stock with your money, with if you want to buy some boring stock with 90% or 95% of your money and learn to invest properly with um the 5% that's left, that's okay as well.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to put it in a, like, I don't know, a bond or something, and you just know that you're going to collect a set amount every whatever every quarter,
Mm-hmm.
and you're going to use this whatever you have left to test some theories, or learn, or practice some things that you learned in grow or wherever you learn it. That's okay. It's
Mm-hmm.
okay if you want to use that 5% to build your confidence,
Mm-hmm.
because that's another thing that helps out where dealing with the losses is
Mm-hmm.
concerned.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe if it was a smaller amount of money, you would feel more comfortable moving it. But if you need to practice with smaller amounts, then do that. It's okay. You can practice with a 10 grand
Mm-hmm.
if you want.
You also have to note as well that your goal must still be in mind. You
Mm-hmm.
doing that thing is still it's still you still spend time doing it.
Yes.
So you have to understand, maybe when you come back to what you were doing before, it might end up being harder because you spent a year doing that. Now you have 4 years of a 5 year goal you set for yourself. Then you have 4 years to make the same money you start out to make. So
That's true.
which is
That's true.
a true constraint and problem, but it's just reality.
Yeah, but the the feelings, you cannot escape it. It's we're humans. We have them. It's they're always going to be there, and
Yeah.
it's basically just managing them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Um.
but I think you get a whole heap of value in not just even managing them, but also in, like, instead of thinking of it as something negative, you manage it. Like, there's a level beyond that where you start to use them to actually help you
Mhm.
to achieve your goal. And you guys hear
Mhm.
me talk about that. I talk about that in the group all the time in order to help people understand or analyze how, like, a play will go, how a stock will go. Uh, I wish Teacher Striker hadn't come off, because, well, I see her back on. I
And
will
she's
ask
here.
her about what I'll ask her a little later. I don't. Firmament has also been waiting for a long, long time. So, Firmament, I don't know if you
Oh,
have
right.
something you wanted to add to that.
Yeah. Just
Night,
just
night.
know. Yeah, night.
Hmm.
All right.
Just know you guys are talking about stationery and office supplies, and I I was thinking that the play that Jude's made, I thought it was really risky.
Of course, it was risky.
Hallmark of profit.
Risk is the hallmark of profit.
Yeah, because but they didn't declare a dividend last year,
Okay.
and
This is RPL?
this is
So
SOS.
Okay, yeah. They didn't declare a dividend last year. Uh-huh.
And then this year now you're looking at the price and you saw that it was at 1.5,
Uh-huh.
about $1.5,
Hmm.
and you decide to go in, probably waiting on a dividend declaration that might have not come, or the
But hold
dividend
on.
dividend
Did she mention the dividend declaration?
no, she didn't say what made her buy into the stock.
So what makes you think it was the dividend?
I think it was a dividend. There could have been no other reason why she
Boom,
bought
that
in.
right. You see right there, so you see that point? That's where you lose money. There could be no other reason why she would have gone, and it must be the dividend consideration, which was not yet announced.
Right. Yeah, I can't think
So
of
there
any other
couldn't be
reason.
any other reason. I agree that you can't think of any, but
No.
there's a difference between I can't think of any other reason and there
She
could
can.
be no other reason.
Yeah. Because she did, and it wasn't for that.
Yeah, and yo, it may have been for that. In fact, let's not guess. Just say what was the reason? I see her. Just if you're talking, I have to unmute. All right. Well, she isn't on to tell us here. Oh,
I was just gonna tweet what I was gonna say. But no, I think most I'm not very new to this space. I am not necessarily a dividend. um, no, permanent. I was not
Not
a
necessarily you're not.
I am not a dividend investor, sir. Not so at
teacher
all.
striker, I can't wait until I want you to get to the level where you eat those words, as I have been eating them.
Right.
So I know.
Okay.
All
Yeah,
right.
and
So,
there are
but
levels. There are levels still, but let's not get astray. That's a tangent. So it was
yeah.
not the dividend. So firmament.
All right. So I wasn't saying that she was trying to collect the dividend. I was saying that other people were going to buy in to collect the dividend, and she
But
was
there was no dividend announcement.
right. There was no dividend announcement, but she was hoping that there would be one.
But I get there is where you're making the assumption again.
Because the time was coming up where they usually make their dividend announcement.
My
So,
brother, the
so
market
Peter,
eats people like you for
we,
breakfast,
Oh
lunch, and
ask,
dinner.
no.
Yep.
just ask her.
But sorry, permanent. This is where I'm telling you that opportunity for everybody looks different. So you and probably other persons would say a dividend announcement is expected and you're gonna be buying into it. I might say, well, a lot of people are gonna be buying into it for a dividend announcement, so it's gonna go up. So if I can get it before that at a lower cost, I can flip it because because the stock is now getting so much attention because people want the dividend. So
Right.
you have this opportunity, and I am doing it a different way using the
No,
same stock.
but
Okay,
that, that but
I'm
that's exactly
Yeah,
what I'm saying
but,
that you did. That's
but
exactly what I'm saying.
no, I could have. That's what I'm saying, but none at all. For this play, dividend was not on my mind any at all.
Oh,
Oh, like I said, my brother, I'm not joking. You really should come to grow. I was looking for you last week because I said if you signed up, I was going to give you the 10% discount. But you really should come to grow. It's not accidental what it teaches people to do because it teaches a real understanding of the market. And I mean, like a free tidbit is what I was told you there. The
mm-hmm.
danger in what you're saying is that you looked on this. You look at it's the Bolt example. You look and you saw how the race was run, and then you say, "Oh, well, she bought around here, so it must be that she knew that the race was going to win or turn out this way, but she bought before the consideration. So how could
um,
that? She bought even before the announcement of the considerations, and she's telling you it wasn't part of the play.
or maybe she thought the price couldn't go any lower.
What?
Maybe she thought it
But
was that much.
that's not how it works, my brother. That's not how it works. The price can always go lower. Ask Michael Lee Chin.
Remember, Firmament, that Shay also just said that he bought NCB at $40, I think, or $41. She knew it was gonna go lower, but an opportunity was there, and she took it. She knew it was gonna go lower, but she could have made a play, and she did make a play and sold at 45. So you can't make any assumptions on what's happening in other people's world.
I'll correct that to say you can, but
can.
you should not
Yes,
assume that your assumptions trump theirs or like your
Yeah,
logic is the logic that
superior.
they live by. And certainly don't make the assumption that you understand everything in how this thing works because like okay, but you don't I'll show the same question to you for a moment.
Mhm.
What the nature of opportunity for you? What do you look at it as?
The nature of opportunity for me is a company being able to trigger the events on the stock market that get investors interested in buying up the stock. So like
Mm,
dividends and acquisitions and mergers.
dude. So dividends do dividends do that?
Yes, when the dividends are, if the company is a strong company and the dividend is it's a big dividend,
Yeah.
and you declare that dividend, then that makes it up go.
All right. So that's two things. You qualify them very quickly with the if, but we even work with the if. Give me an example of a strong company with a big dividend that has caused the share price to go up.
All right, the one that I can remember is TJ's. TJ's is one.
I was
Transjamaica.
going to say, and you can't say Trans Jamaica.
Yeah,
Transjamaica.
I'm saying that most.
Any other one. In fact, you know what? That's not good science. True, Trans Jamaica.
All right,
Tell me
yeah,
another one, though, please. Tell me another one because the
yeah.
Trans Jamaica has done so much damage. It's
It's
done
done damage.
so much damage
Oh,
to
in
the
Transjamaica.
psyche of how people think it works because what people think in Trans Jamaica is not what has happened. You think that is people that have seen when Trans Jamaica, you say a while ago, so you mean like maybe last year, September?
Last year September. No, this year when they declared the dividend when was it, April?
Oh, okay, okay, I like that. This year, April, when the dividend was declared, the dividend
Mm-hmm.
was declared. The dividend was declared. You're using probably the worst, or maybe the second worst data point you could for Trans Jamaica. Um, the dividend declaration was, I think, March 17th. Yeah, the actual dividend declaration was March 17th.
Mm-hmm.
So Trans Jamaica, just working with that exact date, Monday, March 17th to today. I won't even go till today. Till today, it's down 4.94%. But between March 17th and March 25, it rose from, don't say rose. The price went up from from 379 to 410.
Mhm.
That was after the declaration.
Yeah. So literally from the declaration to the peak, which would have been the next, like I said, from the 17th to the 25th, it rose 8.17%.
And the declaration was while the offer for sale was open.
It was at the height of the
It,
offer for
it
sale.
closed the next day.
Yeah.
You're saying then that it's not a really good example then?
No, it's a poor example, but it is the example you chose. Give me another one.
Yeah.
I can't really think about another one right now.
Imagine that over 100 listings on the
Yeah.
market,
We,
and the
so,
vast majority, not the vast majority of them, but maybe.
around that, when you said the thing you said around, why what looks like opportunity for you,
Mhm.
I was going to ask, is it specific to Trans Jamaica, or is it generally that you look for this specific thing on the market and
It's generally
have been investing against that?
it's generally that's what I look for on the market. And what was the last thing you
Dividend
said?
there?
And do you invest against it? But he agreed. He said yes, that's what he looks for. And based on what I'm saying, it sounds like yes, that is how he invests.
So why Trans Jamaica only is my question there.
You must have another example of it happening.
Well, Jamaica is really the only stock that I'm looking at right now. When I look at the other companies,
They're not.
they're not doing that great for me in terms of the
Whoa,
opportunity
you mean on the entire market,
and the entire market.
my brother? Wow,
And
there are
and
there are there are.
and then you guys were talking about Fontana just now.
That's one.
Well, Fontana is a profitable company, but when you weigh the forces that like drive profit up
Saloba.
and down, and then compare those forces to the forces driving profit in other companies. Fantana, it doesn't make the list for me. It doesn't, not a stock I would put in my portfolio.
So what else
At all.
from Jamaica makes the list? Is my question.
Oh no, well no other company is making the list right now.
On the entire stock exchange, the only company that makes sense to you for your money is Trans Jamaica.
I mean,
Oh,
My
well,
brother, I'm delving into your business, a little bit of pocket watching. You don't have to tell people your exact business, but like, it does your portfolio starts at 10 million, right?
it's half of that.
5 million.
Yeah.
And you're thinking that the best thing for your money is Trans Jamaica. Give me a time period. Like what does success look like for you?
just like that.
So
What does
success,
success look like for you? The front part of this, the premium compost.
that that money is tripled.
15. So your 5 become 15. In what kind of time would you love that to happen?
But that happen in 3 years.
And Trans Jamaica is the best vehicle you think to give you that sort of
Return.
Yes. No
return
other
over the
no
next
other no other stock on the market can do that.
can do that.
Can.
Um,
I hope you're trolling me. It's working really well. If it is, then you're
Probably
saying
at that
all the right
level.
things. You're saying all
So
the
you're
right
saying you'd
things,
be
my brother.
surprised if 3 years from now, Trans Jamaica is the only, if other companies triple their price
He says the only one
that
that
can.
can is Trans Jamaica.
So I'm okay to say Trans Jamaica fits the bill for you personally and all that. But but then look at that and the thing you said specifically about the nature of
Sorry,
it for you is the thing you said. So that qualification you gave behind it's a good company. So Transformation is the only good company on the market.
but even before we touch that, just so I clear, just remind me of what it is because I get to the numbers mixed up in my head.
But
5 years tripling of the principal.
No, three.
three
In three,
years, 3 years.
3 years.
3 years tripling of the principal.
Yeah.
Only Trans Jamaica on the market fits the bill to do that. No other stock can.
Can do that right now.
Right.
Unless
Well,
they
over the
do
next 3 years. Over the next 3 years.
over the next 3 years.
Can.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, when I look at the other companies, I can see where the state of the industry that they're operating in, there's this downturn that's really sending profit down for them. Like
Like who?
look at stationery and office supplies. They declare that this tiny dividend.
A
The year, the
tiny
year, the year,
dividend.
yeah, the year before last year they declared 2 cents and then
20 cents.
right and then this year about 2 cents.
Yeah, so 20 cents in 2023, 2 cents no. Um, didn't they do a stock split?
Did they do that in 2022?
They did it in 2023.
Yeah, they did that.
A 9-to-1 stock split, if memory serves me correctly. So what's 2 cents now was 9 times larger back then. Which, to your credit, is still small, I believe, right?
It's
18
small.
versus 20.
Yeah,
If I'm
it's
correct
small.
about the split size. Let's see.
It's small and
So hold on, it's small, but
when
but it's 2 cents off the it's 2 cents off the last one. That's what 5%, 10%, well, depending on where you're measuring from. I mean, it is still smaller than what it was before. Objectively, it is 10% off. Apologies to my teacher. 10% off the 20 cent that you were okay with, or you thought did you think it was good, or you thought the 20 cent was not the best?
I thought it wasn't the best.
You thought it wasn't
I
the
mean,
best at the
oh,
time.
the 20 cents,
Yeah.
20. Oh, that's a good dividend.
So the 20 cents was good, but the 18 cents is not.
Cents from who? You mean the 0.02, the 2 cents?
Yes, the 0.02 cents. It 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 is post stock split. So if you're going to compare it to the pre stock split dividend, you have to multiply it by the stock split. In other words, just think of this 2 cent dividend as the same thing as an 18-cent dividend pre stock split.
Oh, well, if you're saying
I'm not
18
saying
cents,
that that's what it is,
right? If you're saying it's 18 cents, it's not that bad.
but it was terrible 10 seconds ago. And remember, you pointed out SOS because you say, they're not experiencing good profitability. SOS had its third most profitable year last year. The most profitable year before that was the record profit year of the year before. And the second most profitable year was the year before that. So and at the time it was the record profit. So 2021 record profit. 2022 beat the record profit, new record profit. 2023 third highest, beaten only by 2021 and 2022. And now we're looking at their 2020. They do a 4 or 5 year. Yeah, I think they do a 4 or 5 year. No, they're flat. So 2024, 2025. So they're now in their 2025 year. So I don't know that. Remember how we got to this. I don't want to get lost on the tangent. You're saying, even the wild thing kind of threw me off. The only stock that can do that is Trans Jamaica. But you're saying that, these companies, you don't see the kind of profitability from them. You don't see that reliability. I don't know. You write off the entire market. That's wild to me. For the next 3 years, with the exception of Trans Jamaica.
Yeah.
How broadly do you look at companies?
You
Oh,
Do
look
you
at the
what?
whole
use
market.
other companies?
If I looked at other companies,
No, how broadly do you look at other companies? Is it that you spend all the time looking at other companies, or you have a selection you look at? Oh, tell me, like, what's going on in that sense for you?
yeah, I would say that I look at
Every
um not not
how
not
broadly?
every.
Broadly, don't give me something vague. I really trying to understand.
But that is still kind of a vague question, though, Danai. How did you, tell me 3 other companies you looked at for this 300% in 3 years and eliminated
Yeah.
to
All
put
right,
Trans Jamaica
so
above there.
at one point I was looking at Fastbridge.
Hmm. Why? Oh, as in for the tripling. Okay.
No, not for the tripling, just as an opportunity to make a profit.
Oh, that's different now. Hold on. That's 2 different bases. You're just thinking about profit.
That keeps hitting me. I feel like you're saying that don't agree with each other. It feels somewhat contradictory sometimes.
Oh, all right. So you're saying that I goal to make a profit and also to triple um my money, the money.
Yeah, so when you came up with your plan to triple, do you look at which other companies did you look at and say it's not gonna work?
Oh,
Wait, sorry. Even
I
before you
I
answer,
mm-hmm.
sorry, before
I,
you answer that, I'm trying to remember. You joined 2 weeks ago. You have a bit of market experience, right? Or you're new to the market?
I I would say I have an average market experience.
What's average? Like, if you're in finance, the numbers, or
I mean, average in terms of I've made losses and I've made profit.
that's not what average is. You can read a balance sheet, you can read a profit and loss statement, cash flow statement. Like, that's not unfamiliar stuff for you. I mean,
I can read a balance sheet.
okay, Well then, you know finance. That's what I mean. Like some people, you put numbers in front of them and them eyes start water immediately.
Yeah.
That's not you. That's what I mean. You are comfortable opening the
Mm,
financials and you understand the financials when you're looking through them.
right. And then if I don't understand, I'll research. I'll do some research.
Okay, cool. Are you investing since when?
2019.
Okay, okay, okay. No knock to you, but okay. I wanted to put in perspective where you are in this thing. You are fine. You're in the finance field for your 9 to 5, your job, assuming you have a job in that area.
I am no, I'm not. I'm not in the finance field.
Okay. I just trying to
Gauge.
yeah, just trying to gauge like how you think of it. You get me? Because you're saying some things that I know indicate that you understand the things and you have a certain level of knowledge. But then you're also saying things that throwing me off. Now, if you're saying those things that throwing me off, and it's like, this is I just starting out. I don't really know this stuff. Then it makes sense. But other things that you say are like expert level. Like even some of the stuff that you point out around even as simple as you just understanding the dating around the dividend.
Dividend.
That's not a believe it or not. It's not complicated, but it's not a beginner
Common.
thing. Yeah, it's not a common thing. You still have people who hold stocks until the payment date because I want the dividend.
Right.
So I'm just trying to understand where you were in the on the scale of things. And so you said first street was one. Sorry, I know I
But no,
interrupted you, but
Ostrich was not for the tripling. So that's what
oh, it
I'm
was
asking.
just for it was just for I think. So
We're
tell
going
me, tell me.
But in terms of tripling, I was just looking at Jamaica, and I'm just seeing where that can happen, and I just couldn't see that with other companies.
But did
so
you look at other companies? What other companies
other
did you look at and not see it?
All right. I looked at quite a few. I looked at Carib Cement. I looked at uh
When did you do this? When did you do this research, by the way? Like, when did you try? When did this tripling start? Last year, the year
were you
before,
already
this
in
year?
Jamaica when you were looking, or did you make the decision after? Did you buy Jamaica after deciding it's going to triple in 3 years?
yes, I bought it after I saw that I could triple.
Okay, so you did the research and then you did the buying.
And then
That's
Yeah.
that's good. So from my knowledge, what you say you looked at Carib Cement, and how long? When did you start this play? Start of this year,
The beginning of this year.
2025. Okay, fair. All right. And Carib Cement never met the bill for you at all.
Yeah, I didn't.
I get you. Why not?
Why didn't it make the cut?
Uh-huh.
It didn't make the cut because I didn't see them doing enough to get investors interested in buying into them
Hmm.
to send the stock price up
3 times.
Mm.
significantly over 3 years.
I get you. I get you.
That's how most of the research ended. There isn't a lot going on with most of the companies.
So you wait. So it was a pool of companies, and you said, okay, Transamerica is the only one here, and you look across the market,
Right, I look at right across the market.
and you said, I think that's it. Nature of opportunity. It's what I can see versus potential reality. I think it's fine if you decide I can do that. I think it's wrong then to say others can't. That's the problem there overall. Like, nothing on the market can't. I
Oh,
think that's very far out the thought.
think others can. Are you saying that others can know, like
I
at this
said,
point
Oh,
in
I
time?
think 3 years from now, other companies can be at triple the current share price.
Mhm.
Will.
Yeah, I think
Will.
so.
Will. In fact, I would go one step further. I think it's extremely unlikely that 3 years from now, Trans Jamaica triples in its share price.
I
Extremely
was about
unlikely.
to ask if he's,
No,
because I was trying to understand if that's what he's saying, that it's going to triple in 3 years.
He
Is
is.
yeah,
that what
that's
you're
what I'm
saying?
saying. Not only that, but no other stock can.
Right. So
He's saying it's the only
Trans.
thing that will triple in 3 years.
all right, but you said something interesting. Is it that you believe that other companies are doing something right now that would cause them to triple in 3 years, or
I
is it that
think
you believe something will come up, so they'll do something they'll do something that they haven't done yet with
Even if they've done it before,
sure.
there's nothing new under the sun.
And also, it's 3 years. So we're talking. I think it's weird to throw
Mhm.
out that they can do something at all. Like, I would look at only what they're doing now to then determine if they can do something in if their price can do something in 3 years. Why would I only look at what they're doing now? And then even then, I would say what something is doing now can very likely do a triple in 3 years. I think more than one companies can do that.
Mhm.
think think I follow what you said just now. But I wouldn't look at a company that isn't doing something now. I'm because I'm not aware of what they'll do in the future.
Well,
All right.
none of
What's
us
Trans
are. We all
Jam?
have to. We all have to. We all have to project. However, Sorry, I think I interrupted you. Shay, go ahead.
I was trying to understand what Trans Jam is doing that will make it go
You know, what's happening now
300%.
with Trans Jamaica, I would send it to $10.
Yeah. Where is it now? $3. So that would be, yeah, $10.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 1068 if memory serves.
Yeah. Well. All right. But
What are you seeing now that's making you
1098,
believe that that
Jake.
is going
We're
to
mhm.
almost
happen?
11.
Yeah, they are. So
What are they
they
doing differently? That you
No, what
don't
we're doing
see?
now. What's happening right now?
Those, yeah, those companies that you looked at and they didn't make the cut. What are they not doing that Trans Jam is doing?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a Trans Jamaica shareholder, by the way.
oh,
Yeah.
you have a winning company. So yeah, trying to make a lot because one thing is that the road is connected to or can be connected to a lot of real estate developments, and another thing is that they're focused on efficiency right now, getting the vehicles through as fast as possible, and that's gonna translate to a lot more profit for them. When major events happen, there's a big spike in income.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry, I thought you were done. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what else is there. Oh, then there's also they haven't started to charge for Mandeville yet. The Maypen to Williamsfield
Mm-hmm.
haven't started
Mm-hmm.
to charge for that yet.
What's the
And
projected earnings on that? Do you know? What's the bump that the at earnings will get?
I don't know the projected earnings.
No, but you
They've
Mm.
said
well,
it.
but they have
Yeah, I think it was
I
like
think
8%.
8% profit
Mm-hmm.
uplift or revenue.
Revenue, I think they did say. I'd have
Mm-mm.
to look back at it, but
But
I
let's
read
put some
some down
profit. Let's
somewhere.
put some profit. Let's put some
But yeah,
profit.
all right, profit.
8%.
and then they have the ability to raise the fee to move through the toll,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm assuming that Trans Jamaica and the government struck some kind of secret deal.
Secret deal. The government is not allowed to do
Secret
that.
deal.
Yeah, I'm
Sir,
assuming for them to
we
be
just
hold
we started BrickTalk once more. Don't let them come short.
Jesus,
For them to be holding back the mandible leg like that,
holding back how though?
they're holding it back. They're not charging until after the election. So
Who is in charge until after the election?
Trans Jamaica.
But Jamaica is not the government.
Right, so that's what I'm saying.
All right.
No. Let him finish. Let him finish. Let him finish that point because the logic behind it is important. Because I'm sure
Okay.
he's not the only person with this thought.
Mm-hmm.
so right, so Trans Jamaica owns that leg, So and they made a deal with the government. I'm assuming that the deal is they'll get that Montego Bay bypass.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm. I mean, okay. That's not terrible logic. It makes sense. I mean, they had right of first refusal around it.
Mm-hmm.
They gave it up. Did they?
I know they gave up the money with the Mobi. I don't know about the Mobi bypass.
No, I don't want to. It's incidental to the point. I want him to finish
Right,
those points.
right.
Yeah.
So I don't see any other company that will be that consistent with their profit, and if they have so much potential to make more profit in the future. I don't see.
I think the big thing is you don't see. I think that's the
Yeah.
you're against what you see. Not saying anything
So
wrong.
yeah, it sounded like they just communicate in a way that allows you to get the information that that convince you that it will go to $10. Um, you know what? Not every company communicates like that. So okay.
It's. I'm
Anyway,
not even knocking the Trans Jamaica.
You
I
don't even
am.
Oh no,
not at all.
No, I am. As in, I don't think it'll triple. I hope I'm wrong. If I'm wrong
I
and I'm
don't think
watching
so
this in the
either.
future,
But
if I'm watching this in the
All
future,
right.
the thing is, I don't
Would be nice if I'm wrong,
yeah.
see it happening.
but I don't see it.
I
I
don't
mean, I can see. No, I'm thinking it too. I can see things that could encourage strong increases. I don't know about tripling, but the
agree.
That's
funny
what
thing
I'm
is,
saying.
almost none of those increases are from the operations,
Yeah, that's
directly from the operations of the thing.
exactly that. It's
Yeah.
I think we'll have the same effect that we'll have this time, where all of these things so nice, and I mean, meaning coming from where Trans Jamaica was to where it is now, we
Yeah.
have all of the conversation around how great XYZ is, and we ignore a lot of the reasons why Trans Jamaica moved from $1 to $3.
Yeah. Yeah. It's I don't know if many people even know it. But okay, for a moment, I hear your point. I'm so surprised at some of the things that you've written off. Carib cement hit its 52-week high Monday gone. And the 52-week high was of $105 per share. If you went back a year before that, it would mean that Carib cement would have risen from like 60 something dollars per share. Sorry. Yeah, like 60 something dollars per share.
Now,
In fact, if you just go back 1 year from today with Carib Cement, it's up 37.9%.
yeah, man, but he's saying he doesn't see carry cement at triple the current price in 3.
I get that, but the factors around Carib Cement and it going up in price like that are
To
not new factors.
that
I
why
like
Trans Jamaica.
In fact, if you look at it a certain way, not Trans Jamaica, Carib Cement might even be better off. I'm not saying like this, but it could be better off. I mean, they finished what they call it, the debottleneck project. We spoke about that. I don't remember if it was here or if it was in the girl group. But it was here.
Mm-mm.
Oh. then forget it. but but it's wild to hear you write off the whole market for Trans Jamaica
That
and take it seriously.
he said he doesn't think it can. And there's something before that as well when he said his qualification for opportunity was around dividends and timing around. Then the opportunity chose is the one instance of the thing happening, and then
And it's
you
also the same stock.
same stock.
Yes.
Nothing else can. It sounds like a lot of confirmation of a previous belief.
Yeah.
It also, again, the only one you see as a possibility of it happening, then of course you're going, right? Your goal is X, Y, Z, and the only one you see can do it. Think that. But then to say, huh, I don't think it's far out there to say I don't think anything else can. Like, yeah, I get it's not a
Yeah,
possibility, but
that's strong.
in my mind, I think that's very
That's
strong.
strong. That's very, 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 very strong.
And the qualification behind that being, it's largely determined on what the company is doing now. So is it that that's a view? Is it that you're saying from my perspective they can, or you truly think
I
it
would
was?
say I would say that it's from my perspective. What I'm seeing right now.
All right, so tell me something.
No, man,
Did
I don't.
you did you look at tell me something. Well, you sound like you look at all of the blue chips, all of the bigger companies, at least when you're
Let's
doing the
say
Trans
good
Jamaica.
companies.
No, you know what? I didn't look at. I haven't looked at Supreme Ventures yet.
Really?
Yes, I haven't looked at Supreme Ventures.
$20.
So Super Ventures is $19.38 now. If so we can call it $20, or we can call it 1938. If later this year, if early next year the government says that they are willing to sell Caymanas Park to SVL, but they have certain requirements, and part of the requirements is that then SVL, there has to be like a separate vehicle. There has to be like maybe a trust created for the residents of Caymanas and its environs, like the people will be displaced or the people will be affected by it, if any. Um, there must be some whatever, the people in that area. Um, and that trust might take the form of like a set of shares in Caymanas, which then it makes more sense for SVL to spin off the Caymanas vehicle. So let's say you have SVL owning Supreme Ventures owning let's say you have Supreme Ventures owning 40%. You have other related parties owning maybe another 40%, or 30%, the government directly owning 10, and the rest of the investing public owning 20, right? And that's a spin-off of the Caymanas thing. So Caymanas horse race inside of SVL and its environment, and all of the future profitability plans, the hotels, the casino, all of that is in the Caymanas vehicle, and it's put on the stock market, maybe even on the junior, who knows, maybe on the junior stock market as a massive listing, heavy value. It will be capped at the price, that how much billion that the what is it, the 3 point, the whatever, the how much billion that
I'm not hearing Andy. Are you guys hearing me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Yes, I'm.
Randy, speak. Oh, okay. Are you hearing Randy, Shay?
No, I'm not hearing him at all. Allah. Nope.
I don't know if he's on a call or something. Nobody in space here.
Hi, everybody on YouTube. I may very well be here talking to myself because I think the space just dropped. We don't make all the technology. I think this is a Musk thing. I'm gonna start back the space and try one last time, but at this point, I can tell you that I don't intend for us to go very long. We're already gone for hours, so I'm gonna try one more time. I don't even know what to do because it's still showing me the space as having being up.
Promise.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Let's go on with that. I'm not hearing Randy. I thought nobody is apparently. So I guess he's sorting out his sound right now.
Yeah, but I don't know what there is
Okay.
to sort out in my sound. I think even the people on YouTube are hearing you guys. That is really
Firmament,
Yeah.
you're committed to your stock though. Big up you.
As you
Yeah,
should.
man. Yeah. Very committed. It's going to
All
make me a
right.
very rich man, you know?
I would hope so. I would be along for some of that ride. If at some point I agree with with the movement you see today.
Oh, but you're there.
In Jamaica, at this
Yeah.
moment, no. I might join the wagon maybe soon, but no, I'm not in Jamaica at the moment. But it's like I hope I was there too.
But hold on, but you see the potential in Jamaica, and you're sitting out.
Depends what you mean by
Nature of opportunity.
nature of opportunity. Well, all are different. So for you, when you say you don't see
I've
it,
not bought any in a while.
What's up, guys?
hold on, somebody else talking. We'll click it in soon. Wait, Furman, you're saying? Nature of opportunity for a minute. So it's largely depending on what you see. So if you tell me you can't see anything else moving in that way, I can't tell you. I can
Oh,
disagree. But like I
oh,
can't say that boy. I can't.
so you're saying that you're sitting out because you're seeing
With other
a bigger
opportunities.
opportunity somewhere else.
Go again for a minute.
You said that you're sitting out because you see a bigger opportunity somewhere else right now.
Other opportunities I want to participate in. I don't. I wouldn't say that I completely agree that your opportunity is the only thing that can do 300% in 3 years. And also, we have different goals. So it's not going. Remember, if somebody else wants 503, then Trans Jamaica only make the cut, right? Or unless you think you can make 503.
No, I don't believe that.
But that's the opportunity. That's the nature of it. So somebody else will see something different, and maybe you're right, maybe them right. In the 3 years, if you hit 300% by the end of this year, what would you do?
I I probably would not sell.
But
The thing is that I don't really have a use for money right now, but buying a house would be nice.
I'd love to reach the point of wealth where I don't have money right now.
I'm telling you.
Where I see my 3%, my 3 year goal happen by the end of the year, and I am not tempted to sell. I would then start saying what. Because then if you hit the goal in 6 months, you don't say to yourself, all right, what's in the next, you have the money say you want 3 years from now. What goes through your mind exactly? You just go
Right. All right.
have
Let's say
it
that.
3 years from now. You have it. What
All
what
right.
what, what
Let's,
happens then?
let's say that I hit my goal 3 years from now.
No man, you hit your 3 year goal. You hit it by the end of this year. What are you thinking? What are you? What do you? What then happens for you?
Then I would be there thinking, do I have another use for the money? Because my only goal was to hit that that 300%.
In 3 years, but you hit
Right.
it. No. So, hey man, so give me so what you mean when you say you wonder if you have another use for the money? Is that you have in 3 years you want to do something with that money?
But then I didn't set another goal to use
Right.
do
That
something with the money.
can be an option. You can in 6 months you can always set another goal for the 50 million you have now. What's stopping it? Just like in 3 years you're going to set a new. Is it you're going to set a new goal in 3 years, or you have a plan for that? That is it that
So
you have when you have
when
is there something you want to do with the 50 million in 3 years time?
no. When you say set another goal, do you mean like try to make more, try to see if it can go higher?
Up to you. I would hope so, but that's up to you. That's just if I was asking, but if there's a plan for the money in 3 years time. So maybe if you were saying, boy, in 3 years time I want to put a deposit on a house, so and I want to make a 15 million deposit, then cool. But if it is by the end of this year, then it could be very early on that deposit, right? But if it's that you don't have a strict plan for that, then in 3 years' time, when you have 15 million, in my mind, you're going to have to figure out what do I do with that 15 million? Do I make more on it or do I spend it else? If you hit it early, then you still have to make a decision, right? Either which way.
Right, right. So
So that's what I'm asking. If you get it, it could be 6 months, it could be tomorrow. I'm just asking what happens when if you hit it early. What are you thinking? What do you see as what you want to do?
all right. So I think that I would continue to hold on unless
That's
make based on his own assessment of what he saw Siboney as being. He's now looking at Trans Jamaica through a rose-colored lens without applying the same risk analysis.
Wait,
to
hold on. Randy, are you hear me? But Randy, your sound not being in is killing YouTube. They can't hear us on YouTube.
Yeah.
You
They try
guys
to
on
work it out.
YouTube,
So, I'm
are
sorry, YouTube,
hearing me
just hold
fine
on
now,
for now.
right? I think you are also hearing
But yeah,
the
Diane,
space
I
fine.
agree there. It's the
Yeah, and if you look at Transjam for a moment, I'm guessing since you're following Transjam very carefully, you are aware that 4 days ago the government signed an MOU with Czech for the analysis for the expansion eastwards and westwards to alleviate the traffic problem that is on the toll road. Yes?
No,
Firmament?
no, but I remember them. They said that they would expand the north south. I wasn't aware that they would expand Trans Jamaica like that.
Okay, well, if you're following it and you're betting so heavily on it, you need to be aware of those things. And I don't know if you remember what they indicated, I think maybe about a year ago, what the cost of that expansion would be.
No, I
You
don't.
remember? 120 something billion dollars. That money has to come from somewhere. And if they are going to be entering into an agreement to expand this road at a cost of $120 billion, and you and I know when the government says $120 billion a year ago, by the time the project starts, it probably reached 200 billion. Again, that money has to come. That money has to come from. Hello?
With an M?
B, with a B, sir. B. So whether it is they're going to do an APO or they're going to raise a bond, the money has to be found to finance the construction and expansion works, which means if they go to the market for that money, you know the impact of what an APO can cause, right?
yeah, they don't have this again potential. They're not saying the APO could be also a bond.
No,
But
that's why I said can
yeah,
cause.
man, don't want to make it, not try poison the water.
Right.
First to dive.
So okay, great. So that's the first risk factor. If I were looking at things at TJH that I would be considering, the risk of the cost of that financing. That's the first
Also,
thing.
what's the
The
timeline?
second,
How quick that'll happen?
well, they signed the agreement this week with
Yeah, man.
Czech to start the feasibility studies.
So when it got done,
So
everything grapple.
no, we're not saying it's going to be done. They haven't given a timeline for the finishing because the feasibility has to be done first, and they didn't give a timeline for that. But I'm just pointing out he's putting a 3-year timeline on his goal. The next thing is when the construction of the highway was first proposed, the company that had the contract initially was not the one that finished the contract for the construction. And when a new company came in, it was indicated that entire sections of the highway had to be replanned because the geotechnical assessment that had been done initially was found to be inadequate, and that the road itself would have been unstable because of the soil base of the original proposed route. The new route still has instability issues. I'm certain that you have seen and you'd have heard the news about the breakaways on the road and the hillside mitigation things that have been attempted by the engineers who built the road. We are in an earthquake country, and God forbid we're hit by a strong enough earthquake that could destroy easily several sections of that highway. And if that highway is destroyed by earthquake, it would take a really big effort to have it fixed and repaired.
But no,
Right.
that big talk. It's a true possibility and a risk, but it's hard for me to place that one inside as a strong risk factor of this thing not meeting its goal necessarily.
Well, no, not this year. He said 3 years.
I know I said 3 years.
I'm not. We have seen more seismic activity
I don't
in
disagree at all.
in that particular region of the country, and heading northwards, especially on staying on the north coast side, heading eastwards, northeast. We have seen more seismic activity happening in recent years. So I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying it's another risk that we have to consider as well.
True. I agree.
So when you say that in 3 years, TransJam is going to give you X% return, I would just say to you, look at this the same way you looked at Siboney and ask yourself a question: what are the risk factors that are facing that goal that may cause me not to achieve the goal as I expected? What are the factors that would be outstanding in my mind? For me personally, those are the two things that come to my mind. Every time I drive on TGH, every time I think about it and remember the difficulties and the issues with the construction, I, in the back of my head, say, one day if an earthquake hits this right, the road is going to be devastated. And the next thing is I'm going to project to say $200 billion that they're going to need for the works in the near future, within the next 3 to 5 years. So if those things are coming, then I would weigh those and see how I manage my portfolio as the years progress, because you said 3 years. And if I must be able to do $50 in 3 years. That's going to be the logic. It's going to be seen as being an even better thing. And because it's an even better thing, I'm going to hold this thing into thy kingdom come, because
Yeah.
things sweet me. It's no longer about what exactly am I investing for? What am I aiming to get from my investment? It's about having an investment in my portfolio that I believe in, and it looks nice to have it now. And there's this concept that somewhere down the road, the thing is gonna get even prettier.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the things I will tell you, Firmament is
one thing I would say Firmament there is you have to truly examine what you're going to do if it does happen in 3 years. If you have that mindset around it. If it happens early and you're doing all these things, what's your plan in 3 years if it does hit? If it does actually get to where you want it in 3 years? Are you sticking with Jamaica, or do you then get up and make a new goal? And I would say be very careful if when you do make that new goal, somehow Jamaica fits that goal too.
Right. So yeah, it's something to think about.
I
Something I
think
wanna. Yeah.
that is warning. I don't want to say think go today. I don't want to make it be taken lightly at all. The thing you're saying, the thing I asked you just now, put what you're everything I wrote you said in a very dangerous spot. You're investing for money. You get the money early, and you suddenly decide the same vehicle that you had for 3 years is suddenly worth it to keep holding on to. Because really, just because it was already comfortably in your mind that you already made a decision to sit here for 3 years. I would say you at every point you want to try to reassess that, and you feel good when every time you reassess it, you come up with the same answer or even better answers.
Hold on. Quick question. Would you say that the people that held carb cement for at $3 until now, you say that they did something wrong with it? They held it too long, and
No, I would then ask them, what was your goal? And if it worked out and they made money, go for it. That's happy. I've spoken about that specifically many times. I'm not saying you're doing anything wrong in making money. I'm saying you want to have as much as possible intention behind the money you make. Otherwise, you end up in a lot of problems. Otherwise,
okay, I get what you're saying.
if your goal is to do something, your goal is not the stock. Your goal is I want to make 300% in 3 years, and Trans Jamaica is the thing that will take me there. And you did all your research, and you came up with Trans Jamaica as the thing there. If in 6 months that happens, I would say go back to the drawing board, do your research, and ask yourself, oh, does Trans Jamaica what's my new goal, and what's the thing that would get me there? And it doesn't have to be Trans Jamaica. And I'm saying it because often I see people do that where they happen early, and suddenly the new goal is matched by the thing they're already in their mind. The reality of that is, I am already here and I'm staying. So I say it's a very similar idea to what Duffy was saying. She's made a decision, she's invested, she's done all the work, and then now she's where she is, and hopefully it works out beyond the point of the initial plan. Get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody need to give some serious thought.
Yeah, man. Also, don't forget that 10% around the 10% discount around the offering. I think it would help a lot around just that mindset in planning your investment and picking a vehicle and just how you operate your investment around your goals. So it's offering a 10%. So
Oh, all right.
you can DM him and you can talk about that, he says. If you want to speak about that, you can talk one side. Cool?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And you see that the perspective of money, is it goes hand in hand with recognizing the value that you have currently and what you can do with that in the shortest possible time. I know definitely people invest for different time periods and different reasons, and have various concepts as to why they do it. But the most realistic thing in my view and from what I've experienced is being able to maximize your returns as best as possible. And part of that is indeed time. And if you have $1 million today, firmament, and you can turn it into $3 million by the end of 2026, then once the risk factor is not something that is unacceptable to you, and that when you do your analysis, it points to you being able to do that thing, and you can manage that investment over that period of time. It's better than waiting 10 years for that same thing to happen. And the truth is, the longer the time, sometimes it's a more unpredictable the thing gets. Um, it's kind of like a double-edged sword in saying that. But I will give you a good example of why I say that. Michael Leachin bought NCB shares, if my memory serves correctly, 2002 for around $4 or something like that at the time. When I checked it the last time, $4 then is about the equivalent of $8 today. And when you're talking like time value of money, right? So if we look on it from that angle, I really consider he's not in a loss position in terms of his investment, but he would have held a stock for 23 years that only moved from today's value of $8 to today's value of $30 in 23 years. That same stock touched 200 and odd dollars at some point while he was holding it, right? And all the other investors who believed in NCB and held on to NCB, a lot of the pension funds fell victim to that too. They are holding something that was worth $200 at one time. Many people bought it at $200 and 100 and odd dollars, and they are now waiting endlessly to see it return to that place for them to recoup their money. So while they're waiting, the time value is eroding their original investment. So by the time they get back to what they actually invested, let's say invested $1 million 5 years ago into NCB, and now it is a third or a quarter of what you put in there. And you have lost 5 years. I know you're going to wait for it to go back to that point. The time value to get back to that $1 million, you have to consider that as part of your loss as well. And
you have to
if
read
you have, right,
what are you waiting for? Are you
correct. That's it. You have to know why.
waiting to go back to 200 from $30, or are you waiting for your money to be worth what it was when
That's right.
is 200? So it doesn't doing that exercise immediately says to you, is NCB the
The
vehicle
right
I
people.
be in for the time I have in front of me, or is there something else that can get me there? It's not about
Correct.
NCB, it's about your money.
Correct. Always about the money.
Yeah.
That's all it is at the end of the day. The shares are just simply transactional things that we use to get to the point. They're tickets to where we want to get to. Right? So you're just punching a ticket to get to a place. And if the taxi break down, you can't sit down in the taxi in the sun out thinking it's gonna reach where you're going because the driver tell us, go on, hold on, man, me soon get a mechanic. No, you have an appointment, which is your goal, and your goal is bound by time. And say, listen, this taxi breakdown, I might have gotten delayed slightly, but I need to find another taxi ASAP. That's it.
Yep.
Yeah. The fare paid to the driver for him drop you off is the loss you have incurred.
No, I'm not paying no fear.
Collect before you mean.
But you have to get to that concept firmament where yeah. And before that, if you're driving in the taxi and the taxi wheel starts shake, one stop driver.
Yeah, man. See himself.
Because hey, this not look good enough.
Yep.
Yeah. I got to that one stop driver, trust me, I believe everybody who has listened to this program and is listening now has felt that pain where we have put money into something and we have watched that money evaporate, burn. because we say, yo, boy,
The difference is the decision you
should have
make.
selling out, but make we see who are going.
You want to make decisions at every single point. And decision
Yeah.
sometimes is I'm staying here.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. Well, I think we touched the point very strongly. And I think I do like Furman's point. It ties really well into the overall topic. Well, yeah, I think we're wrapping now, guys. So I got a lot of good speakers tonight. I really did enjoy Teacher Striker and her opportunities. So big up Teacher Striker and Rose came on. I feel like I'm missing somebody.
Duffy.
Big up Duffy. And Duffy, if you're still here, I
What
hope
kind of magic was Duffy working tonight?
you internalize them and you make the moves you need to make. I'm not saying the thing you were looking at before is bad or anything, but you should know why you're there and work that out as needed.
Yeah. Avoidance doesn't work, doesn't pay.
Your money is there same way. In the uncertainty, in the I don't know what's going on for this thing, but I'm here anyway.
I
And that's
can't look
a
at it.
dangerous place to be.
Can't bring myself to look at it. Who is going to fix it then?
Yeah, man. And you're in profit, you know. You're in the good point. You're everything working out. It didn't work out as you wanted, but it worked out. So I would say at least take the good part of that and make decisions as you need to. Promin,
Yes.
I hope you internalize what we said. And I hope you look at more stocks. Not
Hope
saying
you do grow.
I think it helps.
And
It
get
helps
more
you can
familiar with TGH.
you want in other places because it makes a decision easier if the
Yeah.
thing you're already in stops going as you want it to. Make sense?
Oh, yeah, man, it makes sense.
From it. Big up. Message Randy. You want him to talk about the discount if you're taking that up. But I think wrapping it here, people. We've gone way long. So
Oh yeah.
thanks for listening. You're not going to hear Randy. He's trying to sort out the sound. Not sure what happened there, but you know, Twitter and his problems. So thanks again for everybody for tuning in. Had a good episode and hope you enjoy the weekend.
I'm out.
Easy, Adi.